Welcome in, welcome in, welcome once again to the newest edition of 3 In, 3 Out, the most unique Seahawks recap show in the multiverse. I'm your host, Clinton Bonner. I am joined by my two championship buddies, Adam Everett and Brandon Schultz. Boys, I don't know about you. I am still floating on cloud 12. Adam, how does it feel to be a champion?
It feels great. Feels amazing. I'm so glad that I was able to participate and bring so much to that game for the team, and now call myself a champion, even though I did bupkis. But with that said, man, what a game. It was a ton of fun. This has been a great week. Floating on cloud 12 is a great way to put it. And I know you've got to feel the same way, Brandon.
I do feel the same way, and I do like the fact that we can call each other champions because, shoot, if Ernest Jones can tell his kid that he's a champion, I feel like we contributed, maybe not quite to that level of a family member, but at least close enough to where we can also consider ourselves champions.
Look, we're 12s, we're flockers. The whole thing was 12 as one, and I use the universal we when we talk Seahawks all the time. I love the broadcasters or like the pundits. I hate people that use we. F off. Hey, this is our team. This is what we do.
I mean, if we were like journalists, right? Like if we worked for CBS Sports and we use the term we, right. Okay. I know where you're coming from, but this is a podcast for fans, by fans. It's by 12s, for 12s, and of course we're going to use we. Yeah. Why wouldn't we? I cheered my ass off week 1. I cheered my ass off in Tennessee. Like I tried hard. I put in the effort.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
yes,
I helped get us to the Super Bowl by being there at the NFC Championship. So,
exactly.
It's
right.
And another guy who was there was Ryan 911 with a $9.99 live executive producer donation saying "Go Hawks."
That's amazing, Ryan. I'm so happy. I cannot wait to get to meet you. I didn't get to meet you yet, Brandon. You did. Hopefully next year. And as this is going to be the Super Bowl recap show, we'll get into all that very, very shortly. You got a special finale. Got to do it right. Got to do it big. So we're going to go through a lot of the micro moments, the nooks and crannies and all that. It's going to be so much fun. And Adam, you know me, I'm already looking for next year. I'm planning. I'm like, oh my gosh, we got the Thursday night. We know we're going to host the Thursday night opener. I think it's going to be Seahawks versus Bears. And I just, Brandon, telling you early, I want to go to that game. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I think the thing is it's going to be a tough ticket to get for group seats, but that's what we'll be aiming for as a group, because every year with the podcast we try and do a group game. I have to make sure that I am there as soon as that email comes through from the ticket rep, that I respond right away and let them know how many tickets I want, because everybody's going to want to go to that one, and they're probably going to make us take preseason game tickets too, because that's what they do with the premium games. I don't care.
Yeah, worth it.
But I do care that yes. Godzilla Hawk is in with a $20 super chat saying, been hyped up for this special Super Bowl edition of 3 In, 3 Out, but I can't stay for the whole show. I will watch the rest tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool. Mark, thank you very much. And we saw Mark on Twitter today. He also posted a great shot of his new Seahawkers podcast tumbler that he had filled up with coffee, and he put a shout out there. So that was really cool because, hey, seeing some of the merch and some of the merch live in the wild. And here's some right here. This beautiful hat could be all yours. It's fun. It is just fun. Oh, look at Nate coming in too there.
Yeah, he's $5 money for a Lombardi Trophy emoji in the Discord. Nate, I will take that $5 and I will make that happen, my friend.
There you go. So you could buy your way to who says money can't buy you love, right? So boys, it is
not giving him love. I'm giving him a Lombardi.
Well,
isn't that like what love is?
Exactly. It is almost Valentine's Day, and that is what love is. And even though we're looking backwards, next Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day. We'll be at SoFi, and boys, I'll just say it early. Let's just go back to back. Let's do it. Why not? But we got to look at this game. Of course, we're going to review it the only way 3 In, 3 Out can, and because it's going to be supersized, Adam. So I hope you're ready for it. There was no other number, Brandon and Adam. There was no other number it could be but to look at 12 Super Bowl moments that I want folks and every single flocker in 12 to never, ever, ever forget. And in true 3 In, 3 Out fashion, yes, there's some highlights, but a lot of this is stuff that you might have only seen once already. So, boys, are you going to be excited to see, what we're going to unearth together?
Oh, I can't wait for it, man. I've been looking forward to this for a couple days and, trying to go back and look at some stuff myself. And there's so much. I've got a couple things. You don't show these before to us, right? So we don't know what's coming down the pike. But there's a couple nooks and cranny plays that I'm kind of rooting for that I hope made it in here. And I'm excited to see.
Well, I hope so too. Very good. All right. So, of course, we do want you, if you're out there on YouTube and you're brand new or, whatever, like it right now, comment when the show is over, hype it when the show is over live, and then share this with other 12, subscribe. Pod's still growing, and of course we want that to continue. And just some of the folks that have been there recently and renewing with us out there. We got new folks like Malachi B as a new member, and Byron Z as a new subscriber out there. So just some love and say thank you for the continuation, because it's a lot of fun. One of the best photos. I go on Seahawks.com a lot because they have a lot of good content out there. I don't really go on other teams' websites. Like, why would I? I'm not a freak. But Seahawks.com, they do a really good job. And throughout the years, one of the differences between this Super Bowl and the last Super Bowl is the amount of media. It's just insane. The amount of great photography, the amount of short video, the amount of great visual design, and folks like us just putting out really cool content. Brandon, this was one of the shots they had on Seahawks.com. I don't, if this doesn't move you, I don't know if you're alive,
Yeah, this is a cool photo, and it was so cool. Again, I did the AI check, and I zoomed into the reflection on the Lombardi, and sure enough, you can see the cameraman in the reflection. So that's how you know. And it's a little bit, self-serving for a photographer to include himself in the photograph, but in this case, I think it makes a lot of sense.
I think it's beauty. Hey, Adam, yeah, what do you think?
They don't all have to be candids. There's semi-candids. This is what you got here. I like it, and look, thank you for doing the AI check, man, because at this point in my life, like pretty much everything that pops up, I'm like, is that real?
Yeah,
I mean, we don't know anymore. And if it's not real, then I hate it. And when it's real like this and somebody put the effort in and captures a fantastic championship level image, oh yeah. This is great.
It's such a cool shot. It's just so epic. And we know that there were a lot of flockers. I think it was Boyo Komava. I know Amy, designed Pete's Beach House. And I think Jason Barnett, 12th Man Records, were all at the parade. And some others, the Seahawks Nest Pod Boys, some of them were at the parade as well. So shout out to them if they're listening. So anybody that got to go to the parade, if you did have an experience or have a memory, drop it in the comments. Me living in Connecticut, just one of the things I just was not able to get out to. But looking forward to the draft party back in April, most likely back at Clearwater, and then hopefully opening day. But before we get to all that, boys, Brandon, I'm going to have to pull you in, buddy. My life's a mess over here right now. I got leftover beers. I got sticky notes that have nothing on them. I thought I had the note. Mm-hmm. I know there's one rule on 3 and 3 out. We've been doing this a while, but Brandon, help me out. What is our one rule, please?
Well, I am adjusting the one rule specifically for this one special episode because, Clinton, when we win a Lombardi Trophy, we go 12 straight ins.
We are going 12 straight ins. Hit that whammy, brother. Let's do it. Oh, boy. Great. We got the double whammy. I love it. Okay.
Special double whammy for to kick these off.
Why not? So we are doing 12 ins. And frankly, it would have been a game where that would have been really nitpicky to even get at some of the outs. There were some, but honestly not that many. Okay. So in number 1, it is Q1, 5:33 to go in the first quarter. And we'll set the play up with the video in a second. It's 1st and 10. New England's got the ball and they're driving a bit. So this is like, we come out, we get a good drive. We get 3 points, kick the ball back. And, the New England's starting to move a little bit. So they hit our 43-yard line. So I'll go to Adam first. Drake and Bake. Any thoughts on what we might be looking at as our first in to kick off our Super Bowl recap?
Drake Thomas shoots the gap. just disrupts things in the backfield, and then his good buddy Ernest Jones comes in and cleans it up. It's gotta be that. Yeah, Drake and Bank. I love the clue too, because you gotta have that duo going at it here.
It's the duo, and I liked it too because you could take the bait and think it's really about Drake May, but this one's not about Drake May. This is exactly how you framed it. So I'll pause it here. The cool part about this, you're gonna see. So you got Drake and you got Ernest, who turned out, boys. Say whatever you want when you start breaking this down. Turned to a really good dynamic linebacker duo this year. Just really, really solid. So you're going to see Drake take on, I think it's Jared Wilson that he ends up blowing by. And then they give the Patriots tight end, it might be Hunter Henry or the other one, a really tough assignment given where Ernest Jones is, like the ground they're expecting him to cover, and they both win. Both our guys win. So watch this as we go through it. And that's exactly it. Drake just absolutely, I don't think it doesn't matter that's Jared Wilson or not Jared Wilson. It's like whoever that is, could be Wilson Phillips. He's going to blow by them, disrupts it, basically stops Trevion Henderson before he could even get going. And lo and behold, Ernest is there to just, clean it up for a TFL. So Adam, what are you loving?
Well, first of all, after hanging with DCH this last Super Bowl here, talked a little bit about 3 and 3 out, and he listens audio wise, as a ton of our listeners do. And he requested that we try to be a little bit more descriptive audio wise for our audio listeners. So let's start with that here. So what we have here is we got the Patriots in shotgun. We have one tight end in there to the right side of the formation. You got the Seahawks regular down 4, and then you 2 linebackers in there with Ernest Jones and Drake Thomas playing at regular linebacker depth. And just shotgun run. And the cool part about this play is Drake Thomas, I don't know if he's called in on a blitz here or if he's just seeing something that he saw on film in pulling the pin, as Mike says. And that really is one of the best descriptors of Drake Thomas's game. No hesitation. And he just blows the doors off of Wilson, their left guard, and he's got no chance. Drake dang near takes the handoff at the same time as the back. And then Ernest sifting through the trash, making life hard on Henry to clean up the mess. Loss of about 4 here, maybe 2, and really does make him punt here early in the game.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff, Brandon. So again, how about the duality of this? How about the duo of this surprising great linebacking core?
Well, this is the callback to our interview with EJ Snyder, because one of the things that he said was when you see Trevion Henderson in the backfield, it's very likely that either he's going to be bad at pass blocking or it's going to be a run. So go ahead and send a run blitz. And this was the first play that Drake Thomas, he identified that. He went on the run blitz, and while he wasn't the one making the tackle, he got enough of a hand on it for EJ4 to come in there and clean it up.
Completely disrupts it. And this was the kind of the first the plays I selected, as you guys know, sometimes, many times it's like the play before the play, right? And we'll see some of those where it's like, hey, if not P, then Q type things for the Modus Tollens fans out there. It just would not have happened if not for the play before. And many times on defense, I'm looking to select things that were like momentum stoppers that started to change the momentum, and then the series ended up going our way. And of course, as we know, like the timestamp says, it's only 3-0, and we know that it's 6-0, then it's 9-0 by half, et cetera, et cetera. This is one of those first early plays where it just wasn't going to be the Patriots day, which was a lovely thing. All right, so boys, that is our first. Adam, anything else before we move on to in number 2?
No, I think that was a great first pick out of the gate.
Thank you. All right, Brandon, you know what to do. There you go. See that? You knew. All right, in number 2, to the left. All right, still 3-0. We're now in Q2. By the way, I had a $5 bet for Seahawks to win. It cashed for $255. That was the whole Super Bowl. I bet that in February last year. So wishing I bet more. But I also had a square from a buddy of mine where I had 3-0 Seattle. So first quarter I won. So that was nice. so not bad. So it's nice when you win and then you also win. All right. So to the left, Q2, just a minute into the second quarter, 2nd and 10. We saw this a bit, right? Like K9 was really, really good. He was also not boom and busty because it is what it is, but with 27 attempts, you had in the Pats line being pretty good. Pats defense was pretty good. There was a lot of -1, 0, 1, and we were in second and longs a decent amount, and our balance just kept on showing up. So we're on our own 24-yard line. It is 2nd and 10. Adam, any guesses if we're about to see a little to the left?
Oh, well, I mean, the way you set this up, if this isn't a K9 run to the left, and I'm going to guess it's outside zone on top of that, then I don't know what to say.
He's 2 for 2, Brandon. Maybe too many breadcrumbs that time, but that's okay.
Adam has probably watched this game like 5 times between when it broadcast and now. So just
once since the game. Once.
Good for you.
Nice.
What about the mic'd up? Did you also watch that?
Oh yeah, I watched that last night. And if you didn't, if that doesn't give you the warm fuzzies, I don't know, man. Like that was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm about 10 minutes in. I had to finish kind of prep for this. It's actually my night story for tonight. When we get done with this live, I'm gonna put that on and just fade off to sleep. So it's gonna be very, very, very lovely. All right, so we do have Sammy Bear back in shotgun, and you got K9 off to his side. And Adam, I'll let you describe more of that as it plays through. But we got this triumvirate. We saw this a lot, guys. We saw this down the stretch a lot. We did a show. I went back and looked. It was, I don't know, sometime in December, and it was a 3-and-3 out. And Brandon, you'll remember we had titled that one, "Here Comes the Run." And that was, I don't know, 6-7 weeks ago now, where it was really starting to become pretty evident that we were getting the Kubiak system down pat, that it was just really starting to gel. And it was extraordinarily evident throughout this entire game. So you're going to see our three Seahawks there. We got Zabel, Cross, and then I think it's Barner on the left side there. Just all doing excellent work. And I'll leave it to you guys to describe and talk about it. But what we had talked about in the times leading up to this, guys, is that everybody has to win. And I love here, I kind of framed it up that we're showing, I pause it here, 5 different Patriots get washed out by 5 individual Seahawks. And again, I'll leave it to others to describe it, Adam, if you want to a bit more in a second. Every single one of our guys technically wins, and K9 is still special enough. That's the extra bit of K9 still being special enough to fight through one dude who's kind of even with Zabel and then get around for 30 yards. It's exceptional execution. Adam, take it away and start maybe describe a bit more what we are looking at.
All right. So first and foremost here, the Hawks have 1 tight end. You got 3 receivers to the top side of the field, and the tight end being to the bottom side of the field. And that's Barner lined up right next to Cross. Sam's in shotgun, and he's got K9 on his right, at his right hip. And it's a condensed split up at the top with the 3 receivers. And so they're really close to the formation, which makes for a very muddied box. I mean, if you look here, there's 8 dudes in the box, and the Seahawks say, I don't care. You got 8 dudes up there. We'll still cram it right down your throat with this beautiful pin pull. And what's really cool about it is watch, you got Cross and Barner on the outside left edge, and both of those guys pin their defensive players inside, and they win pretty quickly, especially Barner.
Yeah.
And Cross does a great job of getting vertical on about a second step and then just driving Spillane back home to Boston, which was awesome. And then Barner really has a fantastic seal on the edge. Now they take Zabel and they actually pull him to the left side. And it looks, Chase on here seems to be kind of a free rusher right out of the gate. Is that Chase on there on the edge?
I think so. 44. Is that 44?
Yeah. And so Zabel isn't able to get to him until he's a little bit back in the backfield. And then K9 does a wonderful job of a little hop step, just and then he gets right around the edge there. He blows the doors off the unbeatable Milton Williams, and then breaks a tackle downfield and rips off a huge one, starting what I think is probably the story to his MVP day.
Yeah, but great breakdown there. Execution across the board, Brandon.
Yeah, I think one of the highlights of this, well, Zabel is deep into the backfield coming off that hit by Chase on. And K9 does a really nice job of hopping around that block, and Zabel holds it just enough so that K9 can get around without getting grabbed by Clavon. But the guy that I want to highlight the most in this is Charles Cross, because I think it's his initial block, the way he gets to the shoulder side and just turns his guy, and then he also has the second level blocker. Then with it being so muddy, he has to kind of take that inside route. That's Milton Williams. And by having to move that much inside, it kind of, I think, takes away his angle to where K9 is just able to get around. And because if not, Milton's probably making that tackle and it's not going for 30 yards.
Yeah. I mean, Milton's a 290-pound guy. And if he could just be if he could run more horizontally, more free, he probably meets K9 somewhere at that 25-yard line, something like that, 24-yard line. And because he's got to take that angle, because Charles was able to get the kind of depth he got, which you called out, which is real nice, it allows K9 that extra.
And Cross just keeps blocking him downfield like the entire way. It's like, no, you're not getting within 10 yards of K9.
Yep, he's at the 30, he's at the 32. Yeah, it is just mastery. Adam, I think you had a little more to add as well.
Oh, yeah. Two things on this. So, number one, Brandon points out the Zabel block. And when we get to the backside angle again of this play, you'll see what I'm talking about here. But he does a really, really good job. And this is hard. Like, pause it here.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay. So, right about there. Perfect. See how his butt and his nameplate is pointing back kind of towards Sam, towards the inside of the play.
I see.
Watch him move his feet and get parallel and square back up to the line of scrimmage here. And that's the difference. That's what keeps the chase on here from being able to disengage from the block and then get K9 once he hops around the edge there. Second huge thing here. They start this play at about the 25. Isn't that about the line of scrimmage here?
Yes.
25, 24 maybe?
Yep, 24, yep.
Yeah. Watch after K9 just starts to capture the edge. Watch the three dudes downfield in Barner and Sundell and Cross. They're moving the line of scrimmage 5, 6, 7 yards here. Like this is domination. This is just taking grown men, moving them against their will. Fantastic play by the offensive line, and a great example of something that happened throughout this game. This game was won in the trenches, both offensively and defensively, and this is cool.
Yeah. And the special sauce from K9 to have that ability, because, most NFL, even NFL backers who are elite athletes, most of them probably get tangled up in their feet somewhere here or don't have the explosiveness to fully get outside and then get a 30-yard gain. The other things that we've been cutting off that we only had in the all 12 look is that he stays in bounds and goes for 20 more yards before he steps out right there. It's just so explosive. I know it's going to be a big topic. It's actually going to be a pretty fast topic, just to park on there 1 second. By March 3rd, the Seahawks have to decide whether or not they might franchise K9 if they can't figure things out, or they franchise them so that they can buy a little time to figure things out. It'll just be very interesting. If I'm John Schneider, I put the James Cook plus $1 in type of contract in front of him right now, which is 3 years, $11.5 million per year, and call it a day. And by doing so, significantly lower the cap hit for 2026 versus say franchise tag, which would be about $14 million, and that's fully guaranteed. It fully hits the salary cap. And he's only 26 years old, guys. So I know we got a lot to cover, but Brandon, in a 1 second answer, would you give him the James Cook contract today if you could?
I would have to look at the Cook contract because I don't know the numbers off the top of my head.
3 years, $11.5 million per.
Yeah, again, I'd have to look at how it broke down to see exactly what it would mean. But I would think that not having a lot of draft picks, because they did use some of their picks on getting Shaheed. And so, because normally you'd say, oh, well, go draft a running back, but without a ton. And I think that not having the draft picks, I think the franchise tag's still an option, though. Even if you do franchise tag a dude, you can still negotiate with him.
Yes.
And you don't have to have him just locked in on the franchise tag. So, generally not something that John Schneider does, but he's definitely going to. I mean, shoot, we heard in the parade when he was up on stage that he made the joke that K9 was trying to negotiate with them there at the up on stage.
I don't think it was a joke. I think because the way he said it, he's like, yeah, that was weird.
I think it was a joke because I wonder if it was Schneider negotiating with K9 more than K9 negotiating with Schneider.
That could be maybe K9, maybe Schneider getting in his ear a little bit with a few drinks at 10 a.m. already in his body or whatever time it was out there. So cool. Well, that was K9 being special, and he was special all game long. Captures the MVP and then rides teacups, which was funny. All right, Brandon, do the thing. In number 3, it's now 6-0. It doesn't get better for the Patriots. It gets better for us because we are the champions, and that's how it goes. Q2, 10:44 to go. Pats have the ball, 2nd and 7. They're on their own 38-yard line. Pretty big breadcrumb here. Adam naming this one Walking the Bulldog. Walking the Bulldog. What do you think we're looking at?
Bull rush by a bull of a man. And we all know this play. We've seen it. We've watched it 1,000 times. You asked me, Brandon, how many times I'd watched the game since. And only one. But I've watched this play probably, 30,000 times. This is amazing. And it's Rylie Mills in his incredible bull rush that genuinely stole the manhood from Mr. Wilson here.
When we get to and through all of our ins for this, and then we get through the MVC, and then we get to From the Flock. This will not be covered in From the Flock, but I must say it was the most requested. There was like 7 or 8 people that put Rylie Mills sack because it is such a nook, it is such a cranny. And anybody that put that in Discord, thank you. Just realize that it's here. And I didn't look at 7 or 8 people. I never ever look at the channel until after I carve my stuff out and I say, okay, those are the moments we're going to talk about. And then I go back, and kind of nice to see that so many people wanted to see this. We actually put a short out too. So our latest short on our YouTube channel is a nice snippet from the night we won the whole darn thing, where Adam, you're talking about this play, but you get to do it again, buddy. So no need for me to give anything here. You take it away. We've all seen it. It's glorious. What do you want to talk about?
All right. For those of you that are listening audio wise, you can picture this in your head, but basically Seahawks just bring 4 against a 5-man front. Drake Mason in gun, and they're going to try to throw it downfield here. Rylie Mills is lined up just inside the inside shoulder of Wilson here. And then right at the jump here, he beats him with his hands. Mm-hmm. You see, he's the one who engages with his hands here first and gets his right hand up on the left shoulder pad of Wilson and just gives him the long arm of the law here. Mm-hmm. And then from here, that's when he kind of just drops the ass a little bit and just starts driving. And right here, you got Wilson up on his toes. And at that point, it's Dunskies. It's over. That guy's going for a ride. So Rylie Mills says, hey, you want to go somewhere? And Wilson's like, no. He's like, okay. And then he gets pushed back. Drake May gets Eli Manning face right about there as Rylie Mills reaches around then with his free hand on the left, which this is the incredible part of the play to me. Just reaches around and grabs a strong-ass quarterback with one hand and says, sit down, son. And but puts him right on the ground. And oh my goodness, that is a man rush if you've ever seen one.
It's so good. Brandon, we often marvel at Byron Murphy when he goes down to one knee and he'll take on like a double team, and he does it from a position of strength. But then to see Rylie Mills bring the rookie, the Bulldog here, Jared Wilson, down to one knee with power and then just walk him back, man. This once this hit, I know it's only 6-0 at this time. We talked about this live in our recap show. Once I think we realized that this was Rylie Mills, like, oh, dude, if Rylie Mills did this to you, good luck. You're done. And revisiting it now, it's just as glorious, Brandon.
Yeah, we've got DJ Nichols in chat saying, imagine your first sack of your career being in the Super Bowl and looking this dominant on the play. If I were just to read the first 4 words of this, I could have thought that maybe you were talking about Jared Wilson because, I think he sacked his own quarterback for the first time, which could also count as his first career sack. So, Rylie Mills, a god amongst men on this play. And the reason why it's a big nook/cranny, Rylie Mills only was in the game for 5 total snaps, 4 pass rush snaps, 1 run defense snap, and he finished as the highest graded defender on the Seahawks team via PFF.
Look, and there's a couple other things here. Yeah, you said it, Brandon. I mean, Mills uses Wilson as like a tackling dummy and like uses him as part of his tackling scheme here, which is hilarious. But one of the things to watch here is you've got Jaron Reed playing to the left of Rylie Mills here, and he's lined up just to the outside shoulder of the right guard. And the Patriots decide to slide protection that direction because of Jaron Reed and his history and who he is. And they're like, this rookie 98 guy, well, we'll leave him on the other rookie on rookie. That'll be fine, right? Nope. That was the end of his day right there.
Yeah, great call. That it's the right decision if you're the Patriots. Like, take your center and go at Jaron Reed, who is our new captain thigh arms. Had himself a nice game as well, but we've seen it now 1,000 times. I want to see it 1,000 more. It's one of those plays that this is going to be just embedded in Seahawks fans' memories, 12's flockers' memories for forevermore, man. It's just like, it's hopefully Rylie Mills goes on to have a storybook Seahawks career. Hopefully that's his arc. He's got the talent. He's got the power, becomes a nasty defensive tackle. In Notre Dame, he was kind of a havoc creator, and he would get to the quarterback a lot. Cool. We all want that for him. If it doesn't happen that way, I hope it does. If it doesn't, this never goes away. I mean, this play never goes away.
If he can be at least like 80% of this as a rotational piece, you have absolutely hit a home run on a guy late in the draft that fell because of an injury. And give Rylie Mills a lot of credit too for working hard all season to get back late and only gets a few opportunities, as you guys pointed out, and really making the most of it. The one last thing about this that I think is really interesting is about, I don't know, 2 bull rush humps before he gets to May. Watch May, his eyes drop. He looks at Wilson and is just deer in the headlights. Like, I could not believe he didn't run left. He didn't run right. He didn't run anywhere. He just stood there and went, oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah, it was shocking. It seemed, Brandon, that he was like, oh, he's here. He arrived at my doorstep. But I'm with you, Adam. It's like, and May he is a good, it's not like, oh, we were told he's a good scrambler. No, he is a good scrambler. He didn't do much of it against our Seahawks because we're amazing. But I was shocked too that he just sat there and kind of let this happen to him, Brandon.
Yeah, I think you called it a blue screen of death moment there, Klint.
Yeah, Adam did. Yeah,
yeah.
I stole that from the O-line committee boys too, by the way. Yeah.
Don Mata coming in with a 1999 super chat. We are going back to back, boys. What wine should I buy and age now for when we win in the next Super Bowl at the Lambs Stadium? One of the, I don't know, more expensive Costco ones. That's where I go to get my wine.
I've got a recommendation for the man. So it's not Monsanto, is it? That's the people who make the chemicals.
Those are the people who own all of our
Moscato,
food.
I think is
no.
It's
the styles of Chianti. I think it's actually it's a 97, which is, if you know anything about wine, 97 is a magical year. I think it is actually Monsanto, though.
Either way, kind of getting too old at this point.
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't drink a lot of wine, but either way, it was delicious.
With a good mead,
like a little mead, yeah. Okay, it will be in LA, so it'll be a little bit foofy. All right, but enough wine discussion. Thank you for the super chat. That's very, very nice. We got more ins to get to because we are the champions. Let's do it. Okay, this one might be a little bit more difficult to get. Let's see. In 4. We're up 6-0. We're calling this one Burn After Reading. Q2, 7:12 to go. It is 3rd and 3. We're on our own 47-yard line. And, the half ends 9-0. We actually don't even score on this drive, but we do convert this play. So 3rd and 3. Adam, Burn After Reading. Where do you think we're going?
I think I got it, but I'm on too much of a heater. All right, Brandon, what do you got? I honestly do. And I will tell you honestly if I got it right or wrong after. Yeah.
It's kind of like your picks. I love
this. This is, does K9, I know he had a catch in here for a first down, but I'm trying to marry it up to the clue. Did he, that's all I got. This is a K9.
All right. Okay. I think I got it. So, and I think I can guess it using Chris Collinsworth. Mike, oh my God, Mike, this guy, like Le'Veon Bell, and then, Kenneth Walker III, like, the patience, it's unbelievable.
No, this isn't the patience one, because that one was a run. The patience one, this is a catch.
I figured this is after K9 reading. I don't know.
No, that was that was fourth quarter, I think, the K9 run.
I stumped you guys. Good. All right. So let's get to it. That was fourth quarter or third quarter for sure. It was later. This is still earlier. But another dude who could be out there reading it is, of course, it's Sammy Bear, guys. It's time to talk a little Sam Darnold. And what I want to say,
this is where he dodges the dude in the backfield, right?
Little bit of if you could dodge a Milton Williams, you could dodge a ball, right? So one thing I want to say about this to anybody out there, that because there's, Brandon, you've been pointing it out and sending us some texts and stuff like that there's still stuff out there. They're like, Sam Darnold got lucky. I saw tweets that were like, he's the worst quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl. Like stuff like that. First of all, the third quarter, he was okay in the third quarter. He had some good plays. The first half, he's phenomenal. They have 3 drops in the first half. JSN has 2 of them. K9 has 1 of them. And he is under nothing but trouble and duress. And he's actually damn good. He misses JSN in the end zone at the end of the half. So people have that cemented. He barely misses Shaheed with the bomb. I get all that. But it's plays like this, boys. And again, I'll let it just run through real quick. But we do have, I think it's Barner in motion coming down to the screen. What I want to point out here and why I highlighted these 3 guys 1 second is the whole point of this. The 3 guys I highlighted, which is, I think it's Cup at the top. I think it's JSN at the bottom. And it's Barner coming to us in motion down to the down screen here. That's read 1, 2, and 3. So it's JSN, then Barner, then over to Cup. None of those guys get the ball. The 4th read on this play is George Holani, and he picks up a first down. And when we get a chance to go watch this, look at how quick 1, 2, 3. Nope, don't got it. It still has to make a move. And I know the throws, quote unquote, easy. Sorry, it's Ken Walker.
George Holani wearing Ken Walker's jersey.
Amazing. He was the real MVP. But a beautiful, just in rhythm. It looks simple, it looks easy, but this is high level quarterbacking. And I don't care that it's a 5-yard dump off for a first down. I do care deeply that people are dumping on Sam still. And it's like, did you watch him quarterback Adam?
Look, and you have hit on a lot of the really important things about this play in terms of what Sam did very well throughout this game. And we look at this play and we've got 2 receivers at the top. We got JSN alone on the bottom. They bring AJ Barner in motion from the 2 receiver top side down to the bottom and give him kind of that speed release that the Dolphins kind of made famous there for half a second. And Sam wants to try to work this high low to the bottom, but he's got a linebacker that comes up and kind of jumps JSN here. The corner doesn't take the bait. He sticks with Barner running the out. And you see Sam work through his progressions, as you said, in a hurry. Barner, JSN, sees Milton Williams cook Anthony Bradford here, which he had some great reps in this game, and then he also had some Bradford reps in this game. And just get to the check down. Be smart, be calm, be cool, be collected, and don't make the mistake. And that is what Sam Darnold has mastered at this point in their career. I think he's got levels that he could master further. We'll see if he can get there. I'm not betting against this guy ever again to do anything. I'm just not. I've been proven wrong enough. And this is a great play. This is a responsible grown man quarterback play. Keeps you on schedule, keeps you in possession in a game where if you just hold on to the ball and take the air out of it, the Patriots have no shot.
And Brandon, before I pass it to you, this is the kind of stuff where throughout the postseason, it was Justin Herbert making huge mistakes in moments like this. CJ Stroud making huge mistakes in moments like this. Drake May making huge mistakes in moments like this. But Sam Darnold is the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, Brandon.
Yeah, that is the problem that I really have with any analysis that says that Sam was quote unquote bad in this game, because they brought so much pressure. You could tell that it was their goal as on the defense to try and find a way to light up and frustrate Sam, and he wasn't having any of it. And that was really, if we want to talk about how this game played out for the Patriots, this first half played out about as well as they could hope.
Yes.
They limited the Seahawks to just field goals on their possessions. And so they made it to the second half, and they were only, a touchdown and a field goal away from being able to pull ahead in the second half. So I feel like they did a pretty good job. And I know I see people in chat mentioning Christian Gonzalez, and if not for some of his plays, the first half, it would have been out of control, and they would have had no shot. So the fact that Sam was able to take care of the football, keep moving the team, time of possession still in our favor throughout the first half. The defense, they did not get tired early because he was moving the football along with K9, and on this play, able to, like you said, get to multiple reads. And even though Bradford kind of whiffs on this, he could have thrown it to JSN, like if he just rips it real quick, maybe, right. But probably a good decision to, not get JSN lit up there. And they end up getting the first down anyway.
And so to your last point there, if he gets to read 4, which he gets to extremely quickly, which is K9, if he gets there and it's not there, then he's taking a sack. Or he's trying to escape to the right-hand side and try to get something. Maybe he's just, maybe he tucks at that point. And that's okay. That's okay. Versus trying to force it to 3 dudes that weren't open, right? So just very well done, very high-level quarterbacking. And I have another play later, not going to say too much more about it, another play later that is another example of where Sam was just damn good. And I'm just trying to push back against this narrative that somehow he played poorly, or he was, he got lucky to be on this team. It's like, okay. And again, the 6 quarters plus overtime he played against the Rams are the reason we were the 1 seed and the reason we made it to the Super Bowl anyway. So I just want to put that to bed. And the beautiful part is we don't have to sit here and be like he's Tom Brady. He's not. Who cares? Who cares? We don't have to, overemphasize what he is, but he's a good NFL quarterback, and he led this team to the Super Bowl. And that's a beautiful thing. So
I don't know. Did Brady have that many wins and a Super Bowl in his season? Whenever I look at all those guys that won a bunch of games and then won the Super Bowl, they all look like Hall of Famers to me.
Yeah, they all look like, well, hey, Sammy's got time, baby. Sammy's got time. He's only 28. All right, we got time, and we got more ins. Let's keep on rocking. Okay, this one's a little easy.
This is K9. This is after they switch jerseys.
That's the Houdini part.
They had a Freaky Sunday moment.
Yeah. Freaky Sunday. Buddy. All right, in 5, George Houdini. And if you don't know who Houdini is, I don't know what to tell you. Just, get a little bit more educated.
Some dude who couldn't take a punch and died because of it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Really. Q2. The cool part about the last one we just saw was they did not score on that drive, but then they get the ball back because that's what we did all game long. Then we put together another drive. And why I love this play so much is that it's 2nd and 9. We're going to look at it. You probably recall what it is. It's 2nd and 9. We end up converting on 3rd down, but there's probably no way, or much less likely a way, that we would convert on 3rd down if not for this 2nd down play. But it manifests itself in the fact that we end up with 3 and we give the Patriots the ball back with basically no time whatsoever at all. It's because we can get this conversion on 2nd and 9, and we're on the Patriots 42, and it's George Houdini. Adam, you know what, Brandon, I think you got this one. Who are we going to look at? You already said it's K9 with the jersey.
Exactly.
All right. So
hammer that joke one more time.
Yes, folks probably remember what this is, but we're looking at George Holani. George Holani is offset off of Sam's in shotgun, and he's offset to Sam's left-hand side here. And it's pretty much 4 wide besides that, right? So you got, whether it's wide receivers or not, it's 2 and 2 that are out in pattern. And really this play seemingly is always just to set up George Holani for a quick dump off and quick yards on 2nd and 9. But the beautiful part to watch is he catches the ball about the 40-yard line, Pat's 40, which again is only about 2 yards upfield still, kind of goes backwards for a yard. and then absolutely makes 17 Patriots miss and gets 5 yards out of this. He gets 7 yards out of this because he gets this to 3rd and 2, which, by the way, the next play is a Houdini Halani plunge where he gets 4 yards in the first down. So back-to-back Halani plays. In the moment, to me, this was get up off the couch, be like, dude, this is amazing. And of course, we get to watch Pats players do that. So, Adam, what are you seeing first and foremost? And are you excited that we're talking to George Halani?
Yeah, this is a fantastic play by him. In again, another grown-up play by Darnold, understanding that you're just going to live to fight for 3rd down here. Let's just take a couple yards, make it 3rd and a little bit more manageable. And George Halani says, hold my beer, watch this. We're going to make this 3rd and very manageable. And so you described the play to start with very well. You got 4 wide. It's balanced, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Barner being on the bottom here. It looks like they're going to run all slants. They get a 4-man pass rush from the Pats, which we do a pretty good job blocking it up here and give Sam some time. But man coverage on the outside, he didn't want to take the risk there, so he dumps it down to George, and then you immediately see 2 Pats linebackers converge on him, and Halani says, well, I'm going to go over nope, I'm going to go back to my left, and Spillane takes a big old Superman spill, like right there in front of him, like, whee, and he's right there on the ground. He breaks the tackle of 53 here, and is able to start scooting up there for a few extra yards. And the contact balance after the tackle attempt here by 53, right there, to just keep his feet and go ahead and fall forward for another 3 or 4. What a heads-up play by him, and it really does make that next 3rd down way more manageable.
Yeah, so Brandon, if Spillane had ankle problems before this play, I'm not sure he has ankles after this one.
Spillane looks like when you're playing Tecmo Bowl and
Yeah,
you hit the B button,
yeah.
but he dives like the completely opposite direction of where you're trying to make the tackle.
Yes.
That's what Spillane does there. Also, I don't know if you have a very good angle, but it does look like Sundell. Here we go. Who is that comes in that just helps put helps Sundell?
Zabes.
Is that Zabes that comes and helps Sundell put Barmore just right on his back?
Yeah, what cool work here by the 3 up front here, center guard. So Bradford and Sundell initially double team the DT to the right here, and Sundell works with Bradford here, and then starts to kind of start to pass him off, and Zabel's able to push the DT who's trying to swim inside of him. He gets right under his armpit and says, you go over here. And he takes him over there. And then he says, is anybody hungry? Anybody hungry over here? Because it might be breakfast time. Time for some pancakes. And just mushes this dude. Double stack. Right on the ground. Sit down, son. Great stuff.
Yeah, lovely. Great execution across the board. Like you said, Sam takes what's available. Halani does the rest. We call him George Houdini at this point for that effort. And a 2nd and 9 turns into a 3rd and 2. I said the word execution about the NFC Championship game. I went back and watched that probably about 1,200 times. And it didn't stop, guys. It did not stop. Every little detail was we outperformed the Patriots in every single way in this game. So Halani gets the love, but great job by you guys for sharing that love with the other Seahawks that were really, really important to that as well. One of my faves for sure. That was in number 5. We're hitting the halfway parts. Let's get to in number 6. In 6. Well, you probably know who, or at least we're talking about, I'm sure. It's now 9-0. We are going into the 3rd quarter. So it's the first one. This is the first highlight or moments that is in the second half of the ball game. We're now up 9-0. 13:21 to go, which is nice when you think that the Patriots started with the football, right? Patriots deferred and got the ball in the second half. We get them right off the field. They have to punt it back to us. But we're at our own 11-yard line, so we're backed up a little bit. And for a lot of the game, the Patriots were doing at least a pretty good job to get like a first down or 2 and then punt. And we were finding ourselves at the 9, the 11, et cetera, which, if you remember, very early in the year, the first half of the year, we had our struggles when we were like kind of inside our own 10-yard line, and they kind of went away. And, they didn't just magically go away. We played better football. And here we got a 2nd and 8. So it's kind of, again, 2nd and long after a run attempt. And if it's Sammy Dots, Adam, back to you. Who are we looking at, my man?
Oh my goodness. I'm feeling something. feeling it. It's a need. It's a need for Shaheed. This
There
has
we
to be
go.
an inbreaker for Shaheed here.
You nailed it, dude. Number one answer off the board. You absolutely nailed it. We are talking again. If anybody, hey, flockers and 12s that are watching this, if you see anybody, timestamp this in the video. If you see anybody be like, Sam Darnold's not good, whatever it is, whatever the negative connotation about Sam is, send them this segment, because this is what ballsy, accurate quarterbacks do and are, who hang in the pocket and deliver a freaking strike under a lot of duress, basically backed up to like the 2-yard line when they fire the ball. So we'll play it through. I'll let you guys commentate, but okay, maybe the 4-yard line, but man, oh man. I mean, when I saw this live, I was like, oh, good. A little bit of butt clenching because he's about to get hit. And look where that ball is. If this is not high-level quarterbacking in the biggest moment in the entire world, then I don't know what good quarterbacking looks like. Because to me, Adam, this looks like good freaking ballsy, accurate quarterbacking.
Well, absolutely. It's a great example of poise and getting through your progressions, because it looks to me that this is the third progression for him. If I'm kind of watching his helmet here, he goes all the way to the right, which looks like that would be Barner, who's looping out of his stance, and then kind of a switch release between him and JSN.
Yep.
So he gets to Barner first. He looks at JSN second. They catch man here. And the reason they catch man is the Patriots bring a blitz, right? So they have a 4-man front with their 2 defensive ends split out way wide, like wide 9 style. Then you've got your 2 defensive tackles. I believe at the start of this play, they're shaded more to our right-hand side of the formation. So kind of an overload. And then nope, it's not.
They got 3 over here to the left-hand side.
Yeah,
well, there's got 3,
Spillane
3 I
ends
guess,
up, he ends up going through the A gap, but not from that position.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So they kind of loop Spillane from his middle linebacker spot, as well as bring 53 on the blitz here as well. And you'd kind of maybe want to see them work this a little bit different. I think Zabel gets a little overzealous there for a second, and that's what allows this to be a little bit more of a jailbreak. But the other thing I want to point out here about making it so that this play actually happened, because honestly, K9 saved a life here. So he steps up and 53 is coming in. And I just to again quote Collinsworth, oh, Mike, like this K9 guy, like he's a fantastic runner, but he can't catch and he can't block.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we sure? Because he takes 53 and he slows him up just enough, and then muddies up enough to kind of take out Spillane at the same time as Sam just stands his ground, just hits his back foot and just rips a piss missile right to Shaheed there at about what was that, about a 12-yard inbreaker. Yep. And great catch. I don't think you need to leave your feet there. You probably could have kept on the ground there and maybe picked up a few more yards, but fantastic to get off your goal line. And look, we saw this team throughout the year backed up against their own goal line. Didn't look great. Oftentimes Sam didn't look great. Another example of his growth as he's gotten more and more time in a stable organization.
Yeah. And this close up here, look at the way he kind of has to kind of cock the ball, Brandon, and still be accurate with this from what is a collapsing pocket. It was 6 versus 4. They gave him as much time as possible. Great call out by Adam about what K9 was able to do. What else you got, dude?
Yeah, when you called it a dot, Michael Knight in the chat is saying I'm pretty sure that ball was tipped, and it wobbles like it's tipped, but when you watch from this angle, it is not tipped. And
it's his arm angle.
It's a little bit his arm angle, a little bit how quickly he has to release it. But the point I wanted to make on this was, you're giving the end to Sammy for the dot here. You know how hard it is for a receiver to catch a ball that's that wobbly, and the way that Shaheed, Adam points out, he doesn't really need to catch it, but he doesn't catch it cleanly on the first, when he gets his hand on it at first. And the way that he's then able to corral it in with a couple of dudes closing in on him, that is, I think, what makes this play for me.
I need somebody to Google real quick what the fastest duck in all the land is, because I mean, it was a duck, but it was zipping. He threw this with some velocity and able to get that torque and actually kind of drop the arm angle and whip it around the linebackers a little bit here. I mean, that's That's high level stuff, man.
Yeah. And when I looked at it again, because I don't think it is tipped, right? It doesn't look.
No. Where Spillane is coming in here, the ball is past him by the time he's
it's just the way he has to throw it and the angle. Like we heard Brady talk about this in, I think it was the Bears game. He talks about because it was really windy that day, right? That Bears, was it Bears Packers? I forget whatever that was in the snow. When Brady was covering, and he talks about the nose of the ball. He's like, you really got to, on windy days, you really got to make sure you're getting over it and that the nose is pointed down so you don't get this lift off. Sam doesn't have any choice here. He's just got to get rid of the friggin' ball. But the angle, takes it away a little bit, right? It catches the air. But Adam, to your point, he's enough of a man with enough of a big man arm there that it still doesn't matter. It still gets there with high level of velocity. So again, anybody who's dishing our quarterback and saying he didn't play a good game or is the worst quarterback to ever play in the Super Bowl and win, send them this, and they immediately should put on a dunce cap and go feel shame.
Yeah, hey, look, just send them this entire drive. I don't know if you have any other plays from this drive, but this was Darnold's drive.
Yeah. Look, if you're going to send anything to anybody who's ripping on Sam Darnold to this point, it needs to be EJ4. Okay? Because if you got anything to say about our quarterback, fuck you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Even Jody laughed at the Super Bowl parade when he said that, which I was like, that's awesome, man.
It was wonderful. And Brandon, you're right, because the very next play, I think, is one of the like little diagonal to JSN for about 15 or so yards, right? And then really starts to kick
scramble.
Yes, exactly. The scramble. So this, like you said, this really was the Sammy drive.
And backed up on their 10-yard line to start this drive after the Patriots went 3-0.
Yep, which is great to see. All right, we are going to stick in the third quarter, but we got more ins to get to. Let's hop at it. Okay, one of my favorite things on 3 and 3 out are plays like this because they matter. You guys talked about this in the preseason. Like if in the run game, I'm paraphrasing what I heard from you guys. Like in the run game, if we could just stop the negative plays and they become 2 to 3 yard gains, like great, that's all we need. And that happened a lot, especially down the stretch where special players were making something out of nothing. So it's Q3, 11:30 to go. We're now up 9-0. Well, we're still up 9-0. It's 1st and 10, and we're at New England's 46-yard line. Negative to positive, maybe some AC/DC. Adam, who are we about to look at if we're going from could have been bad, turned out okay?
You triggered me with the AC/DC thing, but with that, I mean, this has to be K9 making somebody miss in a phone booth and then turning something that was maybe a little bit of Red Berganzer, because I think in the Red Berganzer crap into Red Berganzer. I can't say the word. Never mind, the joke failed. Let's play the play.
Well, importantly, Brandon, who is 97 on the Patriots? The big defensive tackle who ruins everything, and we were not going to be able to do anything because of him.
The Super Bowl MVP, Milton Williams.
Exactly.
The invincible, unblockable Milton Williams.
Unblockable, and if you're going to get in his bear trap, there's no way you're getting out of it unless your name is Kenneth Walker III, in which case you bounce off of him like rubber. So here we go. We got Milton Williams causing havoc again. He does his job. You'll see this, and you got K9 just standing up, bouncing off him. What you don't see from this angle, but it was the best angle I could get because the all-22 was just it was just too wide. It was really, really wide. So stuck with this. He's about to lose like negative. It's about to be a 2-yard loss. Might be difficult from the end zone angle. About to be a 2-yard loss. And this is let me go back. This is 1st and 10. So we're about to suffer, like getting to a 2nd and 12, 2nd and 11. And instead we end up in like a 2nd and 7. And so Adam, don't want to belabor it. What are you seeing from K9 and why is it great?
Well, there's a few things that we're looking at here, and we'll get to K9's effort last. But at the beginning of the play, and if you can get back to the beginning of the play, we can stop it here. We can kind of look at what we got going here, and we got Sam under center, and we've got 2 tight ends out there. We got Sauber and Barner, both hugged up close to the edge of the line of scrimmage here. Barner's on the line of scrimmage. Sauber step back about a step here. We got K9 standing directly behind Darnold here. and the ball is on the offense's right hash, and they actually end up running it to that side of the field. So a little less room to work with on top of that. Plus you've got this play strength side of this play going the opposite direction. And they actually run a pin pull here and get back to the weak side of the formation, and a real tendency breaker, because we all think about what we heard throughout the broadcast. We talked about the wide zone all the time, right? Because that's what you know Kubiak for. Wide zone, wide zone, wide zone. Well, man, they ran all sorts of different types of run. This just happens to be another pin pull here. And you got Bradford with an excellent down block, first and foremost. He takes a defensive tackle 90 and he runs him out the gym.
Yep.
And then Sundell tries to get up to Milton Williams, and he does get a piece of him, and he is a big man and he is good. And but at least he slows him down a little bit. And then you got Zabel pulling. He comes through what would have been the B gap, doesn't find anybody there. He misses the outside guy. But I believe it's Saubert that comes in motion all the way across on the pole and picks up the guy who's supposed to have contain here. And that forces K9 inside. It's Gonzalez that he gets there. And K9 sees Milton Williams in the hole and goes, whoop, to quote Chris Berman, and has a great jump cut to his right, bink. And he takes the hit. He absorbs the hit as he gets out to the outside here, picks up a few more yards. And we talked about it, Brandon, early and often this year, to take those potential negative runs and turn them into, something positive like Red Berganza salad. That would be great.
Yeah. And Brandon, as a toss to you too, the one piece for K9 is like, it's Adam, you're describing it as a jump cut, and it's a little like to the right. It's a little bit of that. It's almost like he absorbs the hit and jump cuts backwards a bit. Just be like, okay, you're not gonna, if you were like rolling with a punch and resetting and then firing back upfield, right? He gives up a little ground. And if you remember the TV copy, it looks like that's why I'm like, it might be a -2 yard loss, because he's kind of backing up before he kind of just rebounds, reaccelerates. Brandon.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Brandon, what do you see about it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, it looks like it is Anthony Bradford that probably has the best rep of the entire offensive line, because he completely washes Barmore into the backfield by the time K9's able to blow past him. Good recognition by Milton Williams to read this as a run to the right from his spot too, because immediately he's jumping in front of the face of Sundell. That way he's actually even to be able to be in position to make an attempt at tackling K9 here. So because if not, this could end up being a pretty big play especially if Zabel doesn't do his John Travolta impression and is able to get upfield and start blocking some guys, which he eventually does.
Zabes looks like that Cowboys defender in the Barry Sanders highlight that he spins him around 3 times here. That's a little bit what happens to Zabel. Wait, what? Huh? What? Oh, but a couple things that I noticed once we got into the Zoom part here, which I think is super cool. Number one, you have to, as an offensive lineman, be able to kind of roll with the punches. The Patriots actually kind of stunt to the left. They shift to the left, and everybody are to our left, they're right. And they try to crash down to the right. Look at Lucas. At this point here, he's normally supposed to just kind of try to seal him there a little bit. He's probably supposed to kick him to the outside to create an opening there for the hole. But if 33 wants to go that way, I'll take you where you want to go. And Lucas just takes him, mutilates him right behind Bradford, which is cool. But the thing that got me chuckling watching this on the Zoom, watch K9's hand on the helmet of Milton Williams. Milton Williams is a big dude. Mush. Yeah. You are down, sir. He just pushes him right to the ground. Milton Williams is eating grass right there. He's like, man, I didn't know that I ate grass, but now I do. And then, then K9 gets out there for a nice little positive game.
It's great stuff. It's love it.
Yeah, and the reason why I think Abe can take that, it can crash down on that one block too, is he knows that he has 81. Yeah, coming in behind him.
Let's see. I want to watch Abe for a sec. I mean, Abe's, yep. Just completely washes them out. Like you said, if Milton Williams doesn't make what is a very good play to even get there, could have been a pretty big hit. But you know what? We had enough big hits from K9 throughout the game that he still ends up with basically 160 total yards. So all right, one more time there, and then we'll watch K9 finish the beautiful thing. We'll get to the graphic, which means we pause, which means we hit the whammy. We're up to in number 8.
I know 81 Saubert, but I keep wanting to say Nick Vanette. But
dude, I love Saubert. He's like my third favorite Seahawk at this point. And
Salby beat the Rams. Like, yeah, of course I love him.
I love him. And that under the radar when we re-signed him when he was injured, remember, it was like mid-year. It's like, oh, he's injured. Then it's like, oh, they extended him for a year. And I was like, oh, that's curious, because he's kind of been in and out. It's hasn't been, they were a little bit more Arroyo at that point. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. It just goes to show you what the coaches were probably seeing day in and day out. Like, oh my gosh, he's cheap. Lock him up for another year, and we know what we want to go do as the year gets a little older. We know what type of team we're going to be as the earth starts to cool a little bit. So, man, literally, like Julian Love and Barner are my A and A1, and then Saubert is probably my second favorite Seahawk, if that's a tie for first place, which is saying something.
Yeah, there's a Saubert moment in the locker room after the second Rams game, and they give him the game ball in his little speech to the team. I mean, it was just a few sentences, but I think this really illustrates just how special of a group this is. So I'm going to ask you guys first, how many different teams has Saubert been on, if you had to guess? Because I found this out today and it blew my mind.
I know he was on the Niners, right? I want to say 4.
I think it's 6.
It was 10.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
NFL
That's what they said
teams?
on a show. Yes.
These are not like, he was
we
like
may have to fact check it.
Not on a curling team that gets counted in that.
No. I think that they're all people who wore pads. So
has he been in the league long enough to be on 10 teams?
He's been all over the place. So, but what he said in the locker room was, "I've never been to a place that's accepted me for who I am at the way that you guys have." And for a guy that's been on 10 teams to say that means a lot, right? And it really just goes to show the brotherhood of this team. And I thought that was a cool move.
Eight regular season teams. And so there could be a couple of teams where he was on practice squads.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Yeah.
He might have been the Montreal Alouettes for all we know. I love this from Tapwater saying so much better than Brown. So if people are like, what Brown? Pharaoh Brown. Remember, rewind this back 2 full seasons ago now. And Pharaoh Brown from the Patriots, by the way, was like, oh, he's a great blocking tight end. He's a great blocking tight end. Whatever. I'm not trying to dump on a dude, but about like 6 games into last year, doing 3 and 3 outs, I was like, I don't think Pharaoh Brown's a very good tight end. Like he's not blocking, and he has no hands. I don't understand what, it's the Tom Hanks with the skyscraper that turns into a robot. It's like, I don't get this. This makes no sense to me. But we corrected that. We got Saubert. We locked them up. It's lovely. All right. In 8. This is great. 12-0, which a lot of people said, stop the count, keep it right there, right? Because that would have been cool. Q3, 8-3 to go. The really important part about this is that it is 2nd and 1. Brandon, we talked about the play before this in the live post-game show. This is the one where the play before is where Drake May blitzes the A gap on Travion Henderson, and they bounce it outside for 9 yards. Right. And it's only 12-0. It's like, okay, the Pats could get back into this game. And I know. I got to create a narrative, right? So it's 2nd and 1. And let's just say if you remember what happens here. So it's 2nd and 1. The Patriots punt 2 plays later. Right. So Brandon, who are we watching here to make sure that at least on 2nd down, they ain't going nowhere?
Ooh, yeah. I'm going to say a little combination of Drake Thomas and DeMarcus Lawrence.
Okay, well, 1 out of 2 is pretty darn good. Adam, you want to steal the top answer off the board?
I think Jaron Reed is the guy who gets the initial penetration on this play. I could be wrong.
I love you both, but you're both wrong. All right, so DeMarcus Lawrence is right. So half credit for Brandon. It is D-Law, and it is 2nd year Byron Murphy. So got them both highlighted here. They are on the right-hand side of the 4-man front. And the really cool part about their integrity and what they do, I don't mean like integrity as a human, I mean their gap integrity. And as the play progresses, you not only see them kind of maintain their gap, but they also have the presence in mind to kind of like pincer maneuver. They know where the ball's going, and each of them just kind of tighten it up a little bit, close their gaps respectively, and the play goes absolutely nowhere. So we'll roll it forward, and then you guys could take it from here and describe it a bit more. But this is 2nd and 1. Guys, 2nd and 1 in the NFL is like, okay, just move the chains. Most often, most teams, right? It's like, okay, just get to a fresh set of downs. Like, I'd like to stop them. I like to think we could stop them, but I don't know what the stats are. If that's something somebody could pull, like the percentage of times you get a first down when you're at 2nd and 1 in the NFL, it's got to be in the 90s. Has to be. But not today, because we've got DeMarcus Lawrence and Byron Murphy doing the work. Adam, what are you seeing, buddy?
All right. So this is interesting here. So we've got the Patriots here. They're under center. They've got 2 tight ends, and they initially start out with a tight end out wide at the top, and then a tight end in line. They bring the tight end from the top of the screen all the way down to the bottom to balance out this formation to a fairly balanced looking frontier for the Seahawks, with Drake Thomas walked up on the offenses. On the left-hand side, and he ends up engaging Austin Hooper here. So the star of this show is Byron Murphy. And I watched, I want to say it was the Football Scout was his channel, talking about short yardage in the Seahawks and Byron Murphy's alignment. And one of the things that gives teams fits with their blocking scheme. And it's just this subtle little shift where he lines up to the one shoulder of the center in relation to the way the other players are. I'd say go look up his stuff or whoever it was to get a better explanation of it. But it really does give blocking assignments fits, right? And so he takes on the center, Bradbury, and they just go man-on-man blocking here. Mano a mano, hat on a hat. The left guard tries to get up to EJ4 here. Will Campbell with his T-Rex arms is holding on for dear life against DeMarcus Lawrence here. And then No Eyes Henderson just runs it right in the back of his own dude. So like, yeah, could I go to the right? I could. I mean, Byron's right there, but screw it. I'm just going where there's no light here. I'm going to run right into this mosh pit here. And Lawrence and Murphy collapse the gap. And Drake Thomas coming from the edge after defeating his block on Hooper, who was like, dang, I thought I was better than this. And Drake Thomas is like, no, you're not. And then he goes in there, grabs Henderson, and then gives him the suplex.
Yeah. So, Brandon.
Well, it's like on this play that Byron Murphy is kind of holding the center just enough to where he's kind of controlling both the A gaps on this play. Yeah. Because he's on the outside shoulder of Bradbury, and then he goes, well, I can cover my other gap by just pushing Bradbury into the gap and, and closing it down. So, yeah, and DeMarcus, he has it there with his block on Campbell because he's able to go through those T-Rex arms too with his head.
A great point, Brandon, about Bradbury. And it does kind of point out, we talked about Wilson earlier getting mean mugged by Rylie Mills and being used as a part of the tackling machine here. And Byron Murphy does it the same way. And it really does emphasize just how physically dominant the Seahawks were up front in comparison to, honestly, a subpar Patriots offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And we also get the patented Murphy drop to a knee for
there.
Half a tick here. Yep. Absolutely. Can you imagine how strong of a human being he is to be able to go down to a knee like this, trying to, push another person's dad around, and he gets back up from the knee. Like, that's the part where I'm like, oh my God, like, how do you stand back up from here? Where he's on one knee, Bradbury's leaning on you with his swamp ass, like trying to pin you down. And he gets back up and then just smashes him into the hole here. Well, that's amazing.
And he doesn't, and for those that are just audio but you've probably seen, even if you are just listening right now, you've probably seen Murphy do this technique a lot. Baldy covers us a lot, right? He talks about this technique. So it's on purpose. He's dropping to a knee to basically get to the point of attack that he wants to get to, but he's doing it also to kind of relaunch. Like you see right here, it's 2nd and 1, and Henderson's about to get the ball. And in every universe, like, oh yeah, he at least plunged forward for 2 yards. Like, he got the first down, didn't he? Right? Didn't he get the first down? But Adam, Bram, to your point, and Adam, what you were just getting at, he drops to a knee, but then he relaunches from that position. And
and you can see that push on his right shoulder.
Yes.
That's what then kind of takes him off balance a little bit to where then he's jump stepping back
Right
into
to
the
the
hole that closes down.
It's just sick. It's just,
and he turns him. He turns Bradbury. Once you get the offensive lineman's turn and their nameplates are facing the sidelines, they are screwed.
Yeah. It's just great deep. It's just this dude as a second-year guy who ends up with 7 sacks during the regular season, gets 2 in this game. He ends up with 9 sacks, including the playoffs, gets a fumble recovery, and yet doesn't make it all pro, doesn't make a Pro Bowl. And then who cares?
So Drake Thomas is really mad that you cropped him out of that play of where he gets around Hooper. Like Hooper just like trying to block Drake Thomas and just has no chance. It's like, I whiffed.
You know what? I'll offer Drake an opportunity to come on our show and we could talk about it. How about that for Drake?
We'll play it on a loop and he can just go through his hits, his greatest hits from this season. I'm in. Love
it. All right. I love that we spent that much time on there. I was hoping we would. I don't care how long the show goes tonight. It's the last one. It's season finale. Season finale. I don't care. We're up to in number 9. Brandon, you know what to do. Right.
Alert the affiliates. We're running long.
It's going over. All right. Parting kill shot. There's a reason I'm using these words. There's always reasons I use words. Big clue on screen. I won't say what it is, but by now you should be able to pick it up. But it is Q4, 13:29 to go. It's 1st and 10. We're on New England's 16-yard line. And Brandon, parting kill shot. What are we about to watch?
Well, considering the score is now 18-0, and we have the ball, I'm assuming this isn't is it the kill shot by our kicker to just make the extra point?
No. It's not. That's not the kill shot.
This is to get to 18.
This is to get to 18, and by parting kill shot, this is our opportunity to say thank you to Klint Kubiak because he's gone. He's a Raider, and I think it's appropriate for us to highlight. This is the one that put the game away. Yes, we know Nwosu taking it back after the Patriots make noise for about half a minute, was the one that really put the nail in the coffin. But this was it, going up 19-0 to start the fourth quarter. And you've got this scissor play here where Barner completely breaks free, but he's not breaking free just because he breaks free. Now Barner's good. He's a good tight end. He's athletic. It's a nice route, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But as you can see, I got 2 linebackers highlighted. Maybe one's a safety that's down the box. It's okay. Patriots. It opens up because both these dudes absolutely think this is a toss to the right for Helani. They think this is a run play all day long. And boys, it's not. It's not. Cooper Kupp crosses over with Barner. Barner's in the end zone. And I mean, right here, you can see, watch this bite here. I think it's Jennings. I think it is. I think it's Jennings. I forget his last name. But the Patriots 51 linebacker, he bites so hard. You could clearly see he thinks this is run all day long. And once he bites here, he's already committed. And by the time he even realizes it, he tries to chip Barner. It's far too late, and it's game over. Adam. And again, I wanted this to be the bit of a homage and a thank you to Kubiak on the way out because he helped us get this chip.
Giant thank you to Klint Kubiak. And this is a great choice for you to say that this should be an homage to him for a bunch of reasons. You point out 51 to start with here. And a few plays before this, he actually gets just shellacked on an outside zone. And this play looks just like outside zone from a few plays ago, in which he got burnt. So the cool part here is we got 2 tight ends for those that are listening. And we got Saubert on the right. We got Barner on the left. Pre-snap here, Barner burns behind the line, and he's going to settle down in between. Abe Lucas is on the outside, and then Saubert, who's offset just a little bit on that insert motion that we see McVay do all the time with Puka Nacua. That's basically unguardable, right? And it looks like he's pulling the block. And you pointed out 51 in this clip here.
Which is Gibbons, by the way. Gibbons.
Yeah, Jack Gibbons.
Yeah.
Jack Gibbons. Well, he was given the business on this one because he gets put in an absolute blender here. And he's got to respect the run because of what had happened all game long when we jellied it right down their fucking throats and there wasn't a thing they could do about it. And then that sets up the play action and a wide ass open touchdown. And this is what I want to challenge every analytics nerd with when they talk about you can't run the ball. It's just a bad play. Okay, well, you can run the football. There's a reason you run the football. It's for this. Show me the analytic that measures how much these linebackers bite. Spillane bites, 51 bites.
Yep.
Watch the safety 21. He's playing single high up there. He bites. He's late. He'd be the guy to like maybe sweep underneath here and try to pick up Barner on the switch release. And then Barner runs a great route. Corner post, and that'll be mine. Thank you. 6 points, and start measuring me up for my ring size. I think that's what Barner was thinking right here.
I think so. Brandon, what do you got, bud?
Yeah, one of the things you don't see on this play is they initially both Cooper Kupp and Rashid Shaheed line up at the top. And apparently it was a mistake by Kupp to line up there because he was talking out of the game how he darn near ran into A.J. Barner on this because he was kind of improvising. And he almost runs into him and is able to get out of the way just at the right moment. Because, if he ends up taking out A.J. Barner, there is no touchdown on this play. But I just thought that was a fun story by Kupp, recognizing that he said after the game, I don't even know if AJ knows how close I came to running into him, and thank goodness he didn't.
Yeah, and it was switched up because JSN at this point was in the medical tents, right? So, and there is that behind the scenes story that so now you got Kupp in this position and. He had to reverse it in his brain. Like you said, at first they had Shaheed and Kupp up there and they had to move a dude. And so he had to mentally be like, okay, I got to go the other way. He figures it out. And of course, with the scissor concept and springs Barner, man, like I said, I love Julian Love. I love Barner. I love Saubert. And man, do I love these Seahawks. So great stuff there. Again, hey, Klint Kubiak, thank you. Heck, go have fun with the Raiders. I hope it's cool. Hope it's everything you want it to be. Wish you would stay, but no sour grapes. We got the chip. It's
he's dead to me now.
I almost didn't want him to be at the parade, to be honest.
No, come on, let the dude have a beer. It's all good. Man. It's all good. All right, let's get to some more ins. We got 3 more. Let's go. All right. If any, by the way, I saw a Shimmy Shimmy Yay reference in there. So earlier, so whoever wants to hear some Old Dirty Bastard, we could sing that too. It's all good. We could sing some woo. It's all good. So in 10, triples is best. If you know that reference, then you're probably pretty funny. Triples is best. Now it's 19-7. Q4, 8:37 to go. 1st and 10. We're on New England's 38-yard line. Adam, back to you. We got the ball. When I say triples is best, we got the ball. What could be a triple?
Oh, I think we're going 3 tight ends, 13 personnel.
Oh man, you nailed it. Brandon, he's on a heater. He is on a heater tonight.
Yeah, this is one of Adam's best performances.
He's really, hey, listen,
championship performance, boys.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. The real Vanessa Williams of the group right here. So look, there's Arroyo didn't get too many plays. It was cool that he was active. And of the plays he was on the field, I want to highlight he's going to be one of the triumvirate here. But guys, if anything encapsulates the season for me and why we were effective, it might be this play. So you got Barner as the inline tight end. It is 13 personnel where you're stacking 3 tight ends right next to each other off of the line. You got Barner, Arroyo, and Saubert. And we're going to toss it or just get it to K9 on the right-hand side. And we could let the tape do the talking here because once again, every single person, all 3 tight ends and other blockers, including Abe Lucas, all we do is win. all we do is win. Every single level of this play is a win. Adam, turn it to you.
Yeah. So outside zone once again here. And the cool part about this is this is 4th quarter, right?
Yep. 4th quarter, yep. 8:37 to go.
Okay. Patriots are in desperation mode. Because if we look at this at the beginning of the play, how many dudes do they have down in the box? They have a 6-man front going. They got 6 dudes on the line of scrimmage, 2 linebackers mugged up here, as the Seahawks have 3 tight ends on the field, as you pointed out, Clinton, all to the right-hand side of the formation, lined up close in line here. Then they also walk Gonzalez down as well. I mean, there's 6, 7, 8, there's 9 dudes in the box. They are selling out against all hope to try to stop this running game that they had no chance to do. And the hallmark of outside zone is to cross the dude's face in front of you and pin him back inside. Watch how quick Barner wins his block. Like, it's instant. Like, it's amazing. Whoop. He gave him the bear hug, like around, like the touchdown celebration there, and just pins him inside. Then Abe Lucas runs out a little bit there, and he's like, oh, I'll just chill out here until Spillane finally gets here on his bad ankle and then stone him. Nope, you go nowheres. And then Arroyo with the shocking effort, right? Like, watch him. He just drives 7 straight out the club. See you later. You can go sit on the bench now, as he takes him all the way to the sideline. And then, Saubert just stays engaged in, what we expect out of Saubert in terms of his strain, his effort all the way through the end of a play. And then K9 does what he does best, just getting to the outside and making it happen.
Yeah, just lovely execution, Brandon. 4 dudes winning, all 3 tight ends, plus Abe and K9. Just, this is easy for K9, right?
It's so nice because, yes, with just under 9 minutes left to play, they know you're going to run the ball. They are down 12 points. Like, they need to, if they're going to have any chance here, they have to get a 3 and out. And for K9, and he doesn't have to worry about getting out of bounds here, because you're not even to the part of the game where they're continuing to roll clock, even if you go ahead and step out of bounds after the first down, like they'll restart it. So he gets out of bounds, they move the chains, and already now you're burning another 40 seconds off the clock. It's first down once again. And plus they're far enough down the field to where, after picking up this first down, because this was after the Julian Love interception, like just to have any chance, they had to get a tackle for a loss or hope that Seattle decided to pass and take a sack and then really back it up. But just with this one run, they're immediately in easy field goal range.
Yeah, they could allow no more points. They do, of course. They end up allowing 10 more points because that's how it goes. We win the game 29-13. Just, again, beautiful execution. Love that we get to call it the rookie. I've been harsh on Arroyo, or the pick of Arroyo, and whatever. I want to be now. I want to be completely wrong, and to see him get his chance in the Super Bowl, and it's like, okay, he's going to be that X type tight end. He's really going to stretch the field. We didn't really see that in year 1. I didn't expect to see that. We didn't need it, but to see him out there in 13 personnel, getting the job done and getting his Super Bowl ring as a rookie, I couldn't be happier for the dude. So great play. All right. That is in number 10.
Let's go back and watch that little shimmy that Arroyo does too, as he's trying to get number 7 to commit. We got a little shimmy there by Arroyo.
A little shimmy, starting to shimmy.
Little head shimmy.
Blocker, but does a great job here. I think the other thing that needs to be pointed out, because Super Bowl championship centers get sprinkles too, is watch how fast Sundell gets to the second level and takes the backside safety and gets a hand on him. And that's hard to do, man. That's tough, because if he doesn't do that, there's a chance that he can run down and actually, cut this off before K9 can get the edge. So I just wanted to point him out.
No, I love it. We didn't talk much Sundell throughout this whole episode so far, and he played a good game. I mean, but to what right there, right? He shot out of a cannon. And this was the promise of Sundell, is that his athleticism in the wide zone will show up. This will be exactly the type of center that you need to run this effectively. And man, you're right. He is, because that's real time right there. He is really, really athletic for a big enough man who's playing really sound center. Beautiful story, right? Just to be a UDFA and him being year 2, and then Zabel joins the team as his battering mate. And now they're both Super Bowl champions. They
were highlighting the Jamokes on the Patriots line of being the only rookies to start next to each other. And we've got a second year dude and another rookie from the same team on our. I don't even know if they mentioned it.
Yeah.
Good use of Jamoke, by the way.
I agree. All right, let's hit that whammy. All right, number 11. Okay, this one I love too. Man, I love them all. I love them all. Like, I celebrate the entire collection. So in 11, the Four Horsemen, of course, right? So Q4, 5:29 to go. It's 22-7. This is not the sack, interception, fumble, Nuosu play. In fact, we're not even going to cover that one because we've seen it 1,000 times. Great play, and we didn't talk about Witherspoon once. And so, thank you, Witherspoon. You're freaking amazing. You very strong arguments can be made that you could have and should have been MVP, but this is not that play. Four Horsemen, Brandon, I'll kick it to you. Who am I talking about if I'm talking about the Four Horsemen of this defense?
Oh gosh, I guess it would just be the front four.
Man. So Adam, he's on it. He's on this one. What I love about this play, this actually I think is Murphy's second sack. And again, I don't think I said it. Yeah, it's 1st and 10. New England's on their own 38. They got the ball at this point. But what I love about this is that this is kind of the OG, if you will, the old guard for this particular team. What I think is our strongest four. So you got DeMarcus Lawrence out like wide 9. You got Byron Murphy, splitting between the guard and tackle on the left-hand side. You got Leo Williams, who we didn't say his name once this entire broadcast, which is insanity. And he's kind of on the left tackle. And you got Derek Hall, the Minotaur himself, who also had 2 sacks and one of them a strip sack. He's wide 9 on the right-hand side. And this is, again, every single one of them winning. And I just wanted to call it out because to me, guys, these are our best 4 up front. And when you could do this, what we're about to watch, which is just complete domination with this 4, this play to me symbolizes one of the major reasons we are Super Bowl champions. So Adam, take it away, bud.
Yeah. And this starts with the 2 big men up front, right? This starts with Leo and Byron Murphy. And what's cool here is that the way the Seahawks get their pressure with the front 4 is with stunts. I think they're one of the highest teams in the league in terms of pressure off of stunts. And so you see initially here gets just a regular 5-man protection from the Patriots here. They keep the back in, I think, to try to help out with Lawrence, and to no avail. Oh no, he just chips.
Oh no, yeah,
okay.
Maybe tried the chip.
He tries to chip.
He tries to chip. That was an attempt at a chip.
There's a little chipping. Yeah,
chipping. Good by you or not, I guess. But Leo loops around and kind of goes in the A gap on the opposite side of him, right? So he's lined up on the defense's right side, and he immediately tries to get to the opposite shoulder of the center in the opposing gap. Byron Murphy slow plays his rush a little bit, loops back around, collapse the pocket from the middle. And then you also have Lawrence and Hall crumpling down from the outside as well. This whole crumple zone here, it would have failed a government test and a crash test, right? Like this crumple zone fails because it just claps right in on me. Nowhere to go, absolutely suffocating. And B. Murph gets the credit here for the sack.
Yeah, B. Murph gets the credit. Brandon, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, when it's interesting because when you see Hall, I think as they race to the quarterback, Hall I think gets the first touch.
Yep,
and,
he does.
And
right
it's
there.
at that point you're like, which one of these 4 is actually going to get the sack? Because it could have been any of them. And it was like all 4 guys have a race to the quarterback at this point. And the reason why is because as well as the defense had played to this point, they know that New England has to pass. And so this is just a fun race to the quarterback. And I think it is Leo that I think taking on 2 different offensive linemen, pushing them into the backfield that really allows everything to work on this one play.
Yeah.
There's another cool factor of this here too. So when Derek Hall was drafted, his number 1 pass rush move was the long arm, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he gives Will Campbell here. Couple things to watch as we watch this one-on-one rep, because they leave
Will Campbell's hand go past Derek Hall's elbow, like at any point after Hall outstretches his arm.
Barely. It's right on it, maybe, if that's it. But so a couple things here. So Hall beats him with his hands first. He hands to Will Campbell first. Like, that's super cool. Boom. See, he's got contact with the left hand here, right up on the shoulder pad, right there, right as Hall's coming up with the long arm there. This is something Will Campbell will get better at. That you have to swipe that. And it doesn't take a ton to get that done. But then watch as Hall comes around the edge. This is something I saw in the O-line committee. They pointed this out. Watch how long Derek's freaking Hall's arm is as he reaches around here. He's standing on like one side of the logo, like he's standing over here, then starts to reach around. Look at how far. That's like 5 pterodactyl lengths to get a hand on Drake May. It's really amazing. Just a cool rep by Derek Hall. And then a cool thing about the coaching staff, because if you're hunting for matchups and you're eating dirty, you're looking at this and going, what does Derek Hall do best? He works the long arm rush. Who has T-Rex arms? Will Campbell. And so they put him out there and give him a one-on-one, and he wins yet again. He was dominant.
So Brandon, real quick, we know we call him the Minotaur. Perhaps a new nickname for D Hall with these limbs could be like Vecna or Groot, like one of the two there.
Minodactyl.
Minotaurs have long arms too. That's why it works.
Do they have long arms? It's just gigantic beast, but either way, he's one of the dudes for me that I would love to see them extend this offseason. Like, I know he's got a year to go, but for me, guys, Derek Hall didn't have a gigantic year stats wise. His pressures were great, and that he shows up in the biggest game of the year. I would put like a nice fat burger in front of him and say, hey, take this now. Don't risk your fourth year where you haven't been paid. You're really paid yet, young man. Take the bag, take some guaranteed money, and have one of those contracts where we look back at it and go, oh wow, we got Julian Love for that much money. Oh, we got Ernest Jones for that much money. And we look back in 2 years ago, wow, we got Derek Hall and he's being paid like the 22nd defensive end in this league. I would love to extend Derek Hall right now. Wonder if you have thoughts about that, Brandon.
I mean, you got to take care of JSN first.
Of course, and Spoon. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you had Jody Allen's auto pen or something to go ahead and just sign all those checks from the checkbook, because you're paying everybody. And look, I get it. And we all love this team. They brought us another championship to Seattle. They're a great group of dudes and all of that. But the reality of it is you ain't paying all these guys. Is Derek Hall one that I think you have a good point in terms of paying early?
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude, if he hits free agency, he's going to get top tier money. It's going to be plays like this that just have teams salivating.
Yeah. And it's a year early, right? So you can we still have a year. He's under contract for one more rookie year, but he's a second rounder. So you don't have a fifth year. I'm saying get ahead of, this is the one that's an easy investment. Buy now with this guy and lock him up for, next 3 to 4 years. That's what I would do. So hopefully I do get the chance. So really good stuff there. Brandon, anything you want to say about the play? I kind of cut you off and talked about salary stuff.
No. I think I got everything in that I needed to.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's let it play through one more time, because why not? And this will bring us to our final in of the year, boys, which, man, this has been a magical year. All right, one last whammy for the 2025 season. Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks. Let's do it. That's right. That's exactly right. It had to be. Okay.
God, hear the double whammy together. Like our acapella version of it is like dead nuts on, Klint.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good. Yeah.
So was that, what's that No Chaser band, the acapella band, Straight No Chaser or something like that? Yeah, we're pretty much there. Sure. Yeah, we're really good. We probably will have holiday specials coming up pretty soon because we're really good. In 12, we won the ball game. It's 29-13 now. Fine. Patriots get a touchdown. Who cares? They're on our 2-yard line. So you could probably piece together what play this is, but it's one last soul to take. One last soul to take. We love celebrating taking souls on 3 and 3 out. Love that. I don't know who to toss it to. Guys, whoever, hit the buzzer if you have a guess. What are we about to watch if there's one last soul to take in this Super Bowl?
Oh, was this Coby's hit on one of the tight ends? I'll say Henry.
I love it. All right, Brad.
Good job by you.
Yeah, he jumped in. This is Coby Bryant, and I want to highlight, it's not just about the play. It is one last soul to take. this might be the last time we see Kobe Bryant in a Seahawks uniform. He is an unrestricted free agent. He might be a dude that's like, well, we don't know. Ty Okada played really good football, but I want to give some love to Kobe Bryant. If we are saying goodbye to him as a Seahawk, coming from Cincinnati, where he was a boundary corner opposite Sauce Gardner, where he just Cincinnati Bearcats in college, opposite Sauce Gardner, and Kobe all he ever did as a Seahawk was what they asked of him, right? Comes to the league, they put him in nickel. Wasn't great. They flop him around, maybe try back outside, put you back at safety. And he found his groove kind of year 2.5 and then into season 3 and season 4. So as we roll it forward, this is the 2-point conversion. And we get a couple of close-up angles too. I love how he accelerates to the tight end and he obliterates him. I don't know if this is Hooper or it's Henry. We'll see in a second. I honestly don't care. I could care less. All I care about is to end the game essentially and say, no, you're not getting a 2-point conversion on us. We have Kobe Bryant taking one last soul and just decking a dude. Adam, I'll toss to you first.
All right. Well, basically Pats run pass play here and they've got Hooper. I think that's Hooper, right? Is that who he ends up smashing here? The guy that's up on the top left of the screen.
I think that's Hooper.
We got the one tight end to the top. He's split out wide. You got 3 receivers at the bottom, back to the left of Drake May as he's in the gun here. And Seahawks look like they're in their regular nickel. It's tough to see from this far, but yeah. Kobe's out there just patrolling the middle in a condensed space since we are down near the goal line. And watching the quarterback's eyes, reads it, comes over, gets there early, commits a foul, doesn't get called, and then just, as you said, takes his soul.
Yeah, he's got a right. Brandon, he has a right to the ball.
He's got a right to the ball.
Maybe a soul.
I think he's got to actually get there when the ball does to have a right to.
I think that Kobe at this point is still upset that Henry is still on the field because he tried to steal Henry's soul earlier on when he had a football bounce off of his shoulder pad and not even flinch as if the ball's coming to him because he was so locked in on taking out the tight end running over the middle of the field. And so he gets to finish his story here.
The ball hit him in the face. It hit him dead in the face. He tried to catch it with his face mask. Yeah, he tried to do the Earl Thomas there and catch it with his face. No, not Earl. Who was the one with the face mask? Who was that back in the day? Tetrick Thompson. Sorry, Earl. It wasn't you. But won't be saying that again. But man, I was back on I knew I liked this play live. I was cool. They don't get a 2-point conversion. That's great. And we know it's over. Watching on the replay, it just was like one last moment where this is the biggest last hit of the game, the biggest last hit of the season. And to see it be Kobe, I thought it was kind of extra special because again, he might not, this might be his last play that we remember him. And the whole point of this entire episode was 12 Super Bowl moments that we want you to never forget. Like you're going to remember the big plays, of course, but the entire point of this show is to look a little bit beyond the biggest plays and remember things like this and moments like this in what was a really, really special season. So Brandon, any other things you want to say about Kobe just taking that last soul?
I want to say thank you for taking that soul, Coby. I want to say thank you to Senior Tiny Baby Goats
the best
for the $20 super chats. And you guys rock. Great show. This culture and this team will be the standard for success for the next 5 years. Go Hawks.
Love it. That's great. And the great name. I know, Adam, I know you get a rise every time you see Senior Tiny Baby Goats on screen.
Tiny Baby Goats. Like, how can you not love Senior Tiny Baby Goats? Like, that's really great. And look, man, 12 ends. That's awesome on a championship. We're going to get to your guys' ends now. And if you like the fact that we try to involve all of you little flockers in this show as much as we possibly can, go ahead, hit the subski button. Go do it. Just do it. It's not going to hurt. It only takes a second. And, Lombardi's. Like, what else do I have to say?
Love it. And share this with other 12s. Like, you got people in your Rolodex, right? You got people in your phone. Share it out. It helps way more than you know. And of course, before we do get to the From the Flock, which is coming up, and I don't care, we're an hour and 40 minutes in, and we did not care. We're going to finish this thing the right way. We have one last MVC, the Super Bowl MVC. So drum roll, please. You both get a guess. Hey, 1 out of 12. What could it be? Adam, you could guess first. What is the MVC for the Super Bowl, for Super Bowl LX for our Seahawks?
I want it to be a punter from down under.
You want it to be Dixon?
I do.
Okay. Well, I love that, but it's not a new one. This is one of the 12 we already went over. So
no, I don't care. Like everybody, the specialists had such a great year. Like, who cares about the rules? Like, I think they need some love. In fact, I think you missed a Myers in too. That like I want to talk about.
I know, but there are things from the flock that we will talk about that are special teams focused, and I was very happy to see that.
We change the rules all the time, by the way.
But that's
yes,
my
you
rules.
do. I feel like Adam was not out of bounds by going off the board with his guess.
And I sang. So I think I should get my wish.
I change the rules all the time. That's exactly right. This is 3-3 out after all, boys. But look, Brandon, he wants no rules, just right. He wants the Aussie to win the MVC. But it's one of the 12. Do you have a guess that's actually in play?
I think you tipped your hand earlier in the show by talking about one of your favorite tight ends being Saubert.
Oh, I do love Saubert. But boys, 0 for 2, it's A-OK. Guys, it's George Houdini. It's George Houdini. George Houdini is going to capture the final MVC of the year. And the inscription, I hope we got the budget for this, Brandon. I really do. This is our 17th MVC, 17 victories. The 2025 season, the 3D printer has been working overtime. It will say, for turning into George Houdini, causing Patriots to faceplant in shame while gaining 5 crucial yards. George Houdini, your Super Bowl MVC. Adam, it's not the Aussie, but is it okay that I think he's from Tonga, actually, or he's got lineage there?
Wow, that's impressive. I didn't quite realize that about George Houdini here, but hey, I do like the choice, and it can't go to the VMAC, right? Because they're probably already cleaning out lockers. So if anybody's got George Houdini's home address so that we can send this very real trophy to his house, trust me, it's not an invasion of privacy. There's nothing wrong with this. Just send us his personal information. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like a friendly doxing, right, Brandon?
Exactly. And, maybe what we do is since it's the end of the year, we print out 50 MVC trophies and send one to each state. And that way we give one to a flocker that whenever they come across Houdini in the off season, like we have all of the territory covered.
I like that. It could be like a 50 state scavenger hunt in many ways, like those good 80s movies, right? I like that a lot. Well,
it's like Rat Race,
yes,
except we're delivering the trophy to George Houdini. Yeah.
It's exactly like Rat Race, but with trophies. Very, very physical, real trophies. But congrats, George. Look, that's the type of dude. That's the dude. That's the move. Going from 2nd and 9, making it 3rd and 2 on a crucial drive. And that's the kind of stuff we're going to cover on 3 and 3 out. Brandon, the 17th MVC of the season. That is by far a record, my man.
Yeah, well, 67th once we're done. But yes, because we have to do 50 of these things now. I committed to it.
Wow, that's a lot. That's very math. Adam, math on the fly. I'm glad I didn't ask you. All right, so boys, that is our MVC. We are going to get from the flock. One of you guys tell people if they're liking this, what can they do to get in the flock and be part of the Discord so they could be up on stage too?
Oh, did you say me? Or I thought you said Adam.
I said one. You guys.
I swear to God, you said Brandon. Okay. Well, so if you love this quality content of these very buttoned up podcasters that know exactly what they're doing at all times, you can go to getintheflock.com, sign up for the Patreon, get in the Discord. Get in the Discord. There's a whole channel for 3 and 3 out, and you can put in your very own 3 ins, your very own 3 outs. Anybody put an out in the Discord this time out of the little flockers? If you did, you're kicked out. I'm sorry. I know you didn't know the rules, but we're making them up on the fly.
I love that. There is an out or two, but you'll see they are kind of in jest when you get a game like this.
Perfect. Yeah,
so
those count.
Yeah, so this is from the flock. Brandon, I'll give it to you first, but if you want to take the first one off the board with Josh Tahuman kicking us off.
All right. Well, I'm gonna break the rules, and I'm gonna start out live with an out.
Do it.
And it's Marlin 85 saying an out for no shutout. So
yeah,
got to be the biggest out of all time for this Super Bowl. But yeah, we wanted to see a shutout. The defense wanted to see a shutout. And we all wanted to see a shutout, except for, I don't know, maybe half the viewing audience that are not Seahawks fans. Josh DeHuman in, Darnold being on target in the opening drive, in sack number 1 to the Minotaur, in Spoon forcing the throwaway, and Carr with the in. K9 getting started means we're unbeatable. Ooh,
smart woman.
A little prediction there early on for Carr for our Super Bowl MVP. And KNT STP, nothing had me hyped more than Rylie Mills' double domination sack. That was amazing. In.
Yeah, and again, there was like 7 other folks that called out Rylie Mills. You will not be shown on screen, but we certainly spent a lot of time. He wasn't in. I wanted to do some justice and put the first one up there. I'll take this one, boys. Adam, let me know if there's any that you can't read because it's too far for you. But we got Josh.
These ones are good. Yeah.
Oh, these are good. Then you take this because we got smaller ones coming up.
Oh, okay, great. So from Josh DeHuman and in, Sam Darnold escapability this first half, and he did some great work with his legs. Right hand Dan with the in. Mike Macdonald or Dirty or whoever is responsible for this D. It's dominant, it's stifling, it's confident. I think the only person you need to add in there is John Schneider. Carr's got an in. Sam rushing for the first down. Exactly. We just talked about that. Paul King in. Jay Myers taking care of business. And I'm going to add my own personal in here on the punt return by the Patriots that was called back for the block in the back. Watch at the end of that play, Jay Money Myers get in and throw his body and make a legit tackle at the end of that kick return. So I just wanted to make sure we talked about that for half a second. Then we also have Hector Mark in the D line. That is all in. Well said.
Yeah, all smart stuff there, of course, because the flock. We got B Wags biceps. He says out, and again the outs that we'll see. He says we should have kept it at 12-0. So we hear you, man. We hear you. But getting to 29, it was nice that we did. I loved getting that touchdown for sure. I mean the Barner touchdown. And it was just nice because, again, all week long, it's like, oh, the Patriots are stifling the Patriots. You're not going to be able to do anything against this defense. And we pretty much had our way with them, which was nice all game long. Carr's back. Just out to Sundale, taking away K9's touchdown. A little bit of a hold, maybe a little bit of a hold.
It was pretty ticky-tack for a hold.
A little ticky-tack, right? It would have been really nice to watch. I mean, he gets the MVP anyway.
He would have had the 3rd most rushing yards of any running back in a Super Bowl if he gets that rushing touchdown.
How long was that touchdown in general?
49 yards.
Was it really? Holy cow. My brain, it was like a 30-yarder. I forgot that it was that big. Wow. Okay, well, cool. And then Hector Mark back saying in the vision and patience of K9. A lot of folks are like, oh, he's got the Le'Veon Bell thing going. He was certainly a bit more patient on some of those runs that were up the middle. I mean, look, he kind of saved his best for last. We got to give some love to Charbonnet. Charbonnet carried the water along with K9 all year long. And we put in the Discord, we talked about this being like, hey, you know, there's injuries that happen. Was it actually maybe to our benefit? It sucks for Charbonnet, but was it a little bit maybe to the Seahawks' benefit that they had to really overload K9 down the stretch in what became the NFC Championship game and then the Super Bowl to get him that amount of touches? It's an interesting debate, at least. And by the way, I don't subscribe to giving him the ball 28 times a game all year long. I think that's not a modern recipe, but maybe it worked out okay. So congrats to Sharbs too, because of course he was a big part of this championship season. Brandon, back to you.
All right, Frost with the in. Dixon was incredible tonight. Pinned the Patriots within the 5 multiple times.
So good.
It was very good. In Spoon with the strip. And Carr in, and Nwosu with the snatch and run into the end zone. Another great moment to be to catch when you go and listen to the mic'd up.
Oh, it's so good! I can't wait to listen to that tonight. But the Rabel call on that, man, I gotta tell you, it's Rabel again this year. It's snowing back out here again. I've said a couple of times to you guys that 13 years ago or so, I'm shoveling in my driveway, listening to the parade, and I'm tearing up while I'm shoveling. Well, this time I'm walking my dogs in my backyard. It's snow everywhere, and I'm listening to the parade, and I'm hearing Rabel, and I'm crying. I'm crying. But tears of joy.
Speaking of Rabel, if anyone listening to this show knows where we can get an audio copy of the Super Bowl, Steve Rabel calling the game, please let me know. Send it my way. Go Hawks at SeahawkersPodcast.com. The NFL, for whatever reason, they used to archive all of the audio feeds of every game. And when you paid for Game Pass, you could go back, because that's what I wanted to do this week after the game was I wanted to go back and go, okay, I've watched the Super Bowl, I've rewatched the Super Bowl, now I want to listen to the Super Bowl as called by Steve Rabel. I cannot find it anywhere.
That's garbage. Garbage. Come on.
It's a conspiracy. It's a Boston conspiracy. They're trying to wipe everybody's memory of what just happened on Sunday.
Yeah. That and Portnoy complaining that Seattle got to stay on the West Coast. I mean, come on, dude. Shut up.
He's a moron. Like,
He's
why
not.
do we listen to him about anything?
Like
his pizza takes stink. Like, every time I hear one of his takes, I'm like, that's stupid.
He's done some other stuff that was good for small businesses in other capacities.
I'm talking as a podcast.
These takes are wretched. Oh, Seattle got to stay on the West Coast. Dude, we travel more than any team every single year. Shut up. Just horrible.
I will say, let's hold some of this for my do better this week.
There we go. Perfect. Like, scrub that from the record. All right. We got JSN Jiggy with it, who is, of course, Lisa, who was at the parade, who went to all the games this year. Incredible member of the flock. She says, in Mike Bleep it Macdonald for a master defensive class. Bleep catfish your 10 years in the Super Bowl. McDaniels dark side does not care. Yeah. Made Josh McDaniels look just putrid, right? Nothing was there. Josh DeHuman back with some more Sam Darnold love. I'm not shocked. He loves some Sammy, and why not? In Sam Darnold, a redemption story, went from being called a bust to a Super Bowl champion. Facts. D-Law finally getting his Super Bowl as he said he would in the preseason. Facts. In Cup getting a Super Bowl with his hometown team. Adam, that's 3 for 3 facts from our man, Josh DeHuman.
True facts and Super Bowl facts. Those are my favorite types of facts there. This is one that I'm not going to read because it gets awful tidy at the bottom. Yeah, there you go.
Doc Hawk has got multiple ins. K9 was the man. In Rylie Mills, where the F did he come from? In Dixon's punting. In Field Goal Palooza. It's maybe an in. The fact that he made them all, definitely in. In just that D, man. In Puka tears for breakfast are delish. And we've got Henrik. Willicious for real. Out to myself. I was wrong too. I thought Schneider did too little for the O-line, downgraded the receiver group, and didn't upgrade at QB. Wrong. All the wrongs. Best wrongs ever.
Yeah, great job.
Great company. I'm great company with Henrik here.
No, it's a good job, right? Hey, this is a place we could have takes, and then we could say we were right, we were wrong, we were whatever it is. But hey, in life, I'd rather you don't be indifferent and you have a freaking take. And then if you're wrong, you say you're wrong and you hug it out because we're all Seahawks fans. Amy, rarely wrong. Design Pete's Beach House. She, of course, with the season-long gag saying Jay gets one more year. Of course, talking about Jay Harbaugh. We put out the best special teams all year long, and they were excellent, exceptional once again in the Super Bowl with the great meme. So great job, Amy, of course. I could take this one too, boys. This is good. I remember this is one of my faves. Quick rundown from Hulk Hands. Cool stats. In no fumbles all season long from our running backs. Pretty incredible. In finally, the ginger community has a greater representative than Ron Howard and the I Have a Soul kid. I don't know what the I Have a Soul kid is, but the Ron Howard part I get. If anybody knows the I Have a Soul, let me know. In gotta give respect to Gonzo. Yeah, he played good. And we were like, is he really that good? You know what? Gonzalez,
yeah, he is.
He played good. He did keep the game from breaking wide open. Out, no barn stomp on the TD celebration. He says, I did one for him. Love that. How good Cheney Gold Jackets, Uchenna Nwosu, his reflexes to snag that pick, literally a fraction of a second. Yep, great job. Just thinking about all these legends going down in history as champions. So proud of it all. But Sammy, D-Law, and Big Cat, they bring tears to my eyes. You and me both, brother. In the opportunity to go back to back in SoFi next year in LA. Maybe we look to slay a different GOAT, Mahomes. History doesn't repeat, but it sure can rhyme. So great stuff from Hulk Hands. Love that rundown. Adam, this is big font. Why don't you take it?
Yeah, there we go. All right, for my screen far away, Boyo Kilmova in Dixon, the first punter to have 3 punts down inside the 10 in Super Bowl history. Did not know that. That's impressive. In Myers scoring 100% of the points for both teams through 3 quarters, showing he truly is money. In New England, returning only 2 punts for 4 total yards. And yeah, we heard a lot about their punt returner, and he did, Jack and shit really all day. Karkar also has in, we were lucky with injuries this season. I thought about mentioning it sooner, but didn't want to jinx anything. And I think that's a result of not just good fortune, and you have to have some of that. But John has turned this over, and we have a very young roster, and that plays a huge, huge part of it. Out. No more Hawks games left to watch this season. That is an out I will accept because, yes, I am sad too.
Well,
it's an out that you'll accept especially when you get to finish as victors. And that's one thing that I think after doing this for so long, you take it for granted a little bit. Like there's only one team that gets to go into the off season and really celebrate the entire off season. And when we started the show and got to do that after our first season, and it was like, oh man, this is great. And then now, 12 years later, we are finally getting to do it again.
It's the first time for me as being part of the pod, right? So it is something. It's very meaningful. Brandon, want to take some of the ones from MK?
All right. Michael Knight in Chris Collinsworth after late fourth quarter interception thrown by May that sealed a comeback. I got nothing for you here. When reviewing that play, just an ill-advised pass. Michael Knight in Drake Thomas, what a find for the minimum salary. Pride of NC State. What a season, Drake. NC is proud of you. And J. Scott, AZ12 in, forgive me if this was mentioned above, but Dixon with the hold on the field goal where the snap was a little bit off, low into the center, and he had to get it up pretty quick.
Yeah, Adam, see you nodding your head there. Probably
Congrats
remembering.
to Dixon for getting up quick.
Adam, anything
joke of the night. That was perfect, Brandon. Oh, that makes me so happy.
It's good. Hey, when you get an erectile joke in there, why not when you're 2 hours in for the last one of the year? Doc Hawk in Ernest Jones. Man, I need to apologize to Ernest Jones. We do this show every week, and I rarely talk about him because he's just so good all the time. It's just solid. It's just, he's so good. So Doc Hawk, thank you in Ernest Jones for the simple reason that following the November loss to the Rams, backed Sam all the way, no losses after that moment. That's something. In trailing for all of 95 seconds through the entire postseason and no turnovers in that span. Just stunning. Great stuff from Doc Hawk. Yokai Hawk coming in from Japan saying in zero sheed bobbles. I really like this. He goes in the Super Bowl or in any game. Very valuable. Even if he does not get a return attempt, in Sheed we trust, re-sign that man. It's just most punt returners, guys, you're always like, you're a little bit, I don't know. One might go off his shoulder or go off his face. He might bobble one. He looks a little nervous. He's not quite assured. And then there's Rashid Shaheed. It's like watching Willie Mays catch fly balls. It's just smooth as silk. No concerns, no worries whatsoever. Love that. All right, we have one more. This was a special request from Lisa. Brandon, why don't you take Lisa's because it's meaningful.
Yes, please mention the skull throne on this. One of my personal favorite storylines this year, and I couldn't wait to catch a glimpse anytime it showed. And yes, anytime it showed up, and here we have the entire stack of helmets. And the crazy part of this too is not just the amount of helmets, but also the attention to detail of which helmets it is, because they have the exact helmets the opponent was wearing in that game. So you have like the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, what did we call those uniforms? The
poop stain ones?
Yeah, dusty vomit poop stain. Yeah.
Those ones, yeah, they got the which actually the helmet looks pretty good. It looks
Helmet's
much
nice.
better than the actual uniform, but yeah, got that helmet up there too, and along with a couple, the two different variations of the Niners helmets too.
Yeah.
I only have one critique of the skull pull. Like, so you see the Pats one at the top. They actually like drilled a hole through the helmet and like spiked it.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't we doing that for every helmet? like just kind of mounting them on the side.
You
it's
need a
more
longer
like
pole.
It's more like a shooting tree. If you guys have ever seen that, you got metal paddles on each side and bing, 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 bing. And you go John Wick style. Maybe that's what they were going after here. But I wanted to see
fit that tall of a pole in the VMAC out.
Get a ladder. Like I just say, or get a boom crane. Do something. But I want them impaled.
I think it's a vaulted ceiling problem more than anything. I'm with you, Brandon. I just think
helmets can't be outside. Put it outside as a warning to everybody who might come around the VMAC from another team.
They could get really cold, you know. We got John Hobbs saying, how cool is that they shish kebab them? Yeah, it is. And it looks like I may have been wrong. Jason James, actually, Cook got 4 years, 48 million, smarty pants. All right, James. All right, Jason James, guy with two first names.
And the Caps magic, who cares?
Yeah, maybe it's Jason James Cook. Maybe he's like, hey man, I'm my own best friend. Maybe it is. If you are James Cook, blink twice. All right, so we got one more. I'll take one. You take the bottom one, Adam, because I think you could read that. We got Right Hand Dan saying, can I sneak in one last in? My baby will be born in a Seahawks Super Bowl champs year. Hey, that is amazing. God bless. Enjoy your baby, whether it's a boy or a girl. Enjoy that kid. Adam, we got Coach Frost, Ryan 911 with the last of the season. Can you see it?
Yes, I can. And just to, I want to go back to Right Hand Dan for 2 seconds. Hey, congratulations. And there's a bunch of you little flockers who introduced even more little flockers into the world this year. And I love that flockers are procreating. Like, this is good. It's good for our deal. If we can't grow the audience organically on YouTube, then we'll breed them into existence. Like, let's go. I love it.
Think of all the children who will be born this year 9 months from now.
Right. With names like, Jackson, that's going to be a big one, right?
Yeah.
Jackson.
Ernest is going to make a comeback.
Ernest, Leo, that'll be a big one.
K9, just as a first name.
I was going to say K9 and AJ. It's like, well, what's your actual name? No, just AJ. That's it.
That's just it. I don't know.
Just K9. Yeah, it's a number. It's cool.
All right. Well, we do have somebody with a million names here with Frost Coach, Riot 911. He's got the very last in of the year, as you said, Clinton. We are the reigning Super Bowl champions. What a season. And man, it feels so damn good, boys, doesn't it?
So good. It feels so dang good. And man, oh man, so dang good doing the show with you guys, everybody listening. A big thanks to everybody who came in, helped support the show. Ryan 911 helping to produce this live episode, along with God Zero Hawk, Nate Schutz, Don Mata hopped in, and as well as Senior Tiny Baby Goats.
Wonderful. And hey, look, this was live. We so appreciate that you were here with us, many of you all season long. Yeah. And we hear from the Discord, that some of you really love the show, and it means a lot. And as we close out this part of the year, for me with 3 and 3 out, just thank you. This has been the best year. The show's kind of morphed a little bit more. And I said it in the Discord, is like, in some ways it's gotten sillier. In some ways it's gotten more serious. And somewhere in the middle there, for me, it just keeps on getting better. It's a fun show. So we're looking forward to picking it back up. And next time we get to come back in with our feathers aplume, boys. We're the Super Bowl champs, and nobody else is. That's how it goes. So we're going to be really looking forward to getting into off-season content. Of course, you guys have a flagship that's going to be happening. When do you plan on doing that? So folks out there know.
Oh, why are you so worried about the plan? You mind your own business.
Because I want to listen to it. That's why.
Yeah. I think we're going to do it tonight, but you put something else on our calendar.
Yeah, I did, and we took up over 2 hours. So, but it was a blast. So, and to think that the season started for us and for the Seahawks, going out to Clearwater Casino to be live, to sit there and listen to us drafting. Gray Zabel live, the next day drafting Nicky Manwari live. And then being able to go to the first game versus the 49ers and get out there and even in a loss being like, ooh, there's something here. There's something here. Then we get to get back together with different flockers down in Tennessee for a really special game. And throughout the entire year, hang out in the Discord and just become even better friends with people, man, and just bond over this. This was an amazing season. I will never forget it. And I hope these moments that we went over tonight, boys, they are cemented and glued in our memories. They stick with us forever because we love this friggin' team. We're fanatics. And I love doing this. So I appreciate both you.
Appreciate you too, man. And just wanted to give you a pat on the back too. And with everything that you've done with this show, and it has taken leaps and it has gotten better. And I know the work that you put into it, and it's hours and hours, folks. If you guys don't know, like, how much time it takes Clinton to cut these up and get them edited in a way to where we don't get dinged on YouTube every other second and really kind of get it all together. Like, it's truly a remarkable effort. And I appreciate you, man. Like this is awesome stuff. And because of you, we've been able to take our content to another level, man. And just a lot of love, dude. And thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So Brandon, man, how do you want to close this out, brother?
Oh boy. Well, just a big thanks to everybody who has tuned in throughout the season. We will be back for a final flagship show here in the next couple days to celebrate the Super Bowl win once again. So if you do not already subscribe, so that way you get notifications of when this happens. If you have not subscribed to the podcast and the audio feed, you can do that too, because we're going to be doing some off-season celebration throughout the year, and it's going to be a fun time. You aren't going to want to miss it. This is going to be a great, great off-season that you're just going to want to be tuned in every single week.
A great off-season that begins with our great coach taking a great team and working with a great general manager to win a great fucking Super Bowl. Hey, league, it's ours now. The rest of y'all can suck it for the rest of the offseason.
And I think with that,
there's only one thing left to say.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.